Ed eccoci qua. E subito, così, a bruciapelo, dopo aver avuto le giuste autorizzazioni, ci troviamo con il nostro Raps che partecipa al CPT. Quindi dobbiamo togliere l'altra finestra. Ecco qua.
Kind of a mix-up gameplay that he certainly utilizes with Kimberly.
Oh yeah, she's very good at that. That's what she does. She's shenanigan based, right?
Yeah.
The Raps here not having any of it, taking that first round. Very back and forth there, I love that.
Devo sistemare il titolo.
Let's see.
Non ve lo meritereste, però lo facciamo lo stesso. Perché la mia pazienza probabilmente è infinita. Non so dove la trovo la pazienza, sinceramente. Ma è perché lo volevo seguire pure io, questo è l'unico motivo in realtà. Quindi ti avvisa tutti. Ce ne sono tantissimi di italiani, ci sono tutti praticamente. Quindi probabilmente vedrete italiani, non dico ogni partita, ma quasi. Fatemi cambiare un po'.
There we go. Oh, the pressure's phenomenal.
There you go. The XDP sometimes, if you're not sure, just gotta throw it out there, especially during the early rounds to kind of make your opponent aware of that.
Teniamo la reazione della chat.
Oh, are we gonna get Shinjuku here? A big chunk of damage there for Raps. Raps looking rather comfortable despite the fact that, you know, so many kids seem to be controlling the screen quite a lot. Just moving about so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Triplo pugnetto. Io vorrei modificare.
Because there's a lot of talk about Ryu, but in general we don't really see a lot of people use Ryu so far.
Ok, adesso sì. Modifica
I tell you what, I really don't.
Commentiamo, no, tifiamo per.
For that, I am a big nay on that. I don't agree with him because I actually think he's quite strong, but he's just not as. Oh, beautiful mid-screen bomb set up.
Al torneo, perché poi la gente se non legge il torneo non viene. CPT EU West.
Oh, gorgeous. Again, he's relentless, he doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really good, and the overhead comes very crucial at the end of the round. Doesn't really have the HP to answer back to the drive impact, so I think it's a good call from Raps to kind of challenge the reactions, because sometimes when you don't have the HP,
niente, Salty Kid gli ha anticipato tipo 800 drive rush, inizio round drive rush, quindi continuiamo a essere incondizionati.
That's why, the thing is, that's another factor of that, when we're talking about how this game is so stacky in terms of how many things to think about, right?
For sure.
So,
Predictable.
Your reactions can
Tra l'altro vediamo il Pellegrino che non si
beautiful bait with the elbow drop.
Gorgeous. That is challenging for the players, especially because I think Ryu especially has like the least.
Quello era alto, non era basso.
So I think it's anti-air.
Madonna, si è girato il cazzo, razzo. Ho detto basta, hai rotto i coglioni. Di nuovo. Sì, però adesso è in burnout. Punisci! Ah no, burnout non può punire, giustamente. Non può punire in burnout. Prendilo! Piatelo, piatelo! No, burnout, è burnout, non puoi punire se in burnout. Morto. Secondo me ha tiltato per quel drive rush iniziale. Tiltantissimo, perché l'ho anticipato 8 volte e ho detto cavolo, lo continuo a fare. Cavolo, sembrava completamente in controllo nel primo match, invece questo match ha cambiato tutto. Però vabbè dai, è stato randomizzato. Resetta il cervello, su. Resetta, non è successo niente. Forse calcio forte? Potrebbe andare? Attenzione! Sì, appena iniziato, hanno fatto tipo una partita. Oh, finalmente si punisce. Bella! Ancora, ancora. Anti-air, deve fare anti-air. Perché questo non fa altro che saltare. Non fa altro che saltare, salta soltanto. Anti-air! Madonna, nei denti lo giro. Sì, 2 match, vabbè, ci siamo capiti. Comunque è iniziato da poco.
good damage here. Gonna go for level 2. No, not quite. Can save it.
Madonna, Raps, ma che
The
cazzo?
EXTP this time it does not work in your favor, my friend. Salty Kid gonna take that round.
Yeah. Raps has been punishing, you know,
com'è facile alterare gli
constant
equilibri
movements
in
and
questo
constant
gioco.
oppression, but just there, a little slight touch of patience from Salty Kid paid off.
Challenge. I think also one of those crucial buffs that Ryu did receive that people don't talk about.
Allora io ho fatto sta cosa. Praticamente ho parlato con Ritus e gli ho detto: senti, Capcom Europa non mi ha dato l'autorizzazione. Secondo te, visto che Capcom US mi manda sempre l'email, è da considerare anche sul CPT europeo? Non lo so, io non lo farei, eccetera, eccetera. Chiamo il Merlo, tranquillo, vai, tranquillo. Ritus fa di tutto per provare a scoraggiarmi da fare sti stream. È morto, quindi ha perso Raps. Madonna che brutta storia. Cioè sembrava veramente in controllo totale. Sembrava proprio in controllo totale Raps. È stato randomizzato a un certo punto. Ed ecco perché sto gioco è particolare. Vabbè, ma è doppia eliminazione, quindi sono in loser. Possono comunque arrivare in top 8. Ecco perché è stressante giocare in torneo in sto gioco. Cioè, onestamente, a vedere come era partito il match, mai avrei detto che sarebbe finito in questa maniera. Ho detto, vabbè, questa è archiviata, invece no, col cavolo. She's sometimes really hard to check with the different like the forward medium kick. Diciamo che l'ha un po' fregato con queste gomitate cadenti, forse un po' troppi DP nel momento sbagliato. Sarebbe meglio un FT3 sicuramente. No raga, è gratis, per questo ho detto iscrivetevi, cioè potete andare alla Capcom Cup, fate un bel torneo importante, c'è anche, penso ci sia anche un premio in denaro e l'iscrizione è gratis.
What should we do? Oh, the match arena, of course. Well, 24 codes are remaining, guys. I will have to see them all claimed up before we enter our top 16, which we're not too far from, if anything. And of course, we want to see some contributions.
Cioè, se vi piace competere, non ha senso non farlo. Completamente gratis e si vincono soldi. C'è tutta sta gente che mi scrive ogni tanto: Schiocci, voglio fare il grande salto, voglio partecipare. Col cazzo. Arrivano queste occasioni. Non c'è nessuno.
Shout outs to all of those donations so far. Obviously the night is still young, or the evening is still young, and there's plenty of time to still contribute to that pot, but we do have 22 codes.
Ma noi le nostre punte di diamante ce le abbiamo e sicuramente non mancheranno l'appuntamento. Almeno nei gironi.
It is completely free for you. All you need to do is just claim that code, log in with a social media account, and there you go.
Cioè, speriamo.
I just want to pick up on what you're saying about Kimberly, right? Because
speriamo
she initially got her buffs,
che questo sia avanti nel girone.
Actually, since I've been playing, I mean, I main Kimberly myself.
Ok, sono riuscito ad avere l'autorizzazione per restreamare.
I've seen or used her a bit more regularly. I feel like actually they're a lot better than initially thought they were. There's little small changes. It's funny.
Adesso sto aspettando il messaggio di hate di Ritus. Puoi taggare Capcom Italia? Sì, taggala, tanto ho parlato col Merlo prima di cominciare.
For example, like with her medals extending a little bit of damage on her level 3, that just gave her a bit of a help, you know?
Bit of a comeback potential for sure. Like I've had so many matches where I'm like, oh wait, this does way more damage now, and I lost. Just because they landed at level 3. Obviously, it still doesn't have that level 3 potential, but it's still something. Obviously, she's still one of those characters that kind of would need a little bit more help on the.
C'è anche Fabio che non manca mai in questi appuntamenti competitivi.
I think it's interesting what they will be doing with the game. Obviously,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and some characters like Bison coming out this strong off the bat, like I'm interested to see if there will be any adjustments in the near future. Let's just say that.
I think one thing about that, the consistent kind of updates, is that there's not always one.
Ecco, no, questo è Cloud. Pensavo fosse Gico, invece ecco il terzo italiano, vedete?
Up on the rise with instead of saying, okay, this character.
Il terzo che vedo io, mi sa che tipo è il quarto. Vedete, in ogni match c'è un italiano. Ce ne sarebbero potuti essere di più sicuramente. Mi è dispiaciuto non vedere Schiaccini. Che cazzo vi preparo a fare? Maledizione, faccio coaching ogni giovedì e poi non partecipare. Ma li mortacci vostri.
other Street Fighter games, this has been a very dense and condensed tier list. Like, I think all the characters have potential of taking a tournament in the right hands. So obviously that goes to show that this game system.
C'ho tipo 30 master negli schiaccini.
Lots of benefit to all the characters.
Absolutely agree with you. And Jumbo coming in with that Cammy, he is also a man-on player since their new patch, but here Cloud coming in with that JP. JP, they're taking a few hits. I feel like JP is still a strong player.
Peccato, se avesse punito avrebbe vinto il round. Adesso è appunto. Adesso arriva.
There you go. Unfortunate, that is one crucial drop you don't want to repeat in the future, because that could have been the first round there, and I do feel like most people consider the first round to kind of be free, and
è Jumbo, carino. Se uno si chiama Jumbo,
don't really bother about the first round of the game, because that's usually just where you kind of gather information about.
Ma io sta gente non l'ho mai sentita.
Having that one round is obviously
escono dalle fottute pareti. Dai, vai, rubagliela con la livello 2. Bella, meglio ancora. Pam pam. Niente. Vai di livello 2. La livello 2. La livello 2. Poteva fare Fantasma X con la livello 2 con block, mi sa che.
Let's see how Jumbo continues to lead the set. It is first 2 of course until we hit that top 8. Nice little OD turbulence. The punch is still a strong tool, right?
Yeah, the crouching jab, very good
challenge. Usa quell'antier da metà schermo.
You gotta show these Cammy players that you are able to deal with the hooligan in general, because if you don't,
bella, no.
That the Cammy player can take hit.
Era entrato con calcio forte, gli si sfondava la famiglia se continuava la conta.
Nice.
Bella stantiera.
Gli
schioccano le dita, vai. Schiocchiamo le dita.
Really good normal. Oh, nice. The embrace. And actually, you can combo that command grab in this game as well now, since the new patch. But you haven't not seen it quite often, but it's still something to keep an eye out for. Beautiful throw there.
But obviously, like a fair point as well, that you don't see JP as much, nearly.
Ok, meglio ancora dell'antier normale. Dove lo stanno facendo? Online. Queste sono le qualifiche online. C'è pure l'amico di Silvia, quello austriaco con attenzione, è morto. Ah no, quasi, cazzo. Beh, te lo dovevi aspettare. Secondo me se gli tirava lo spuntone non poteva fare niente, Cammy. E adesso però sono cazzi. Ok, bravo. Sono tutte fattibili ste partite. Abbiamo avuto sfortuna fino ad adesso.
Not feel too worried about being punished. I think that's because a lot of people are looking at those heavies from JP, for example. So
throw,
that
comba.
Ok. Much unchecked for a long time during the set.
Look at his lovely pressure. I love the choice of that parry in that
buona.
swing.
Ok. Olè. Pam. Si schioccano le dita. Ovviamente questo tira tira come un animale. Tira come un animale.
And the stand roundhouse, fantastic tool for Cammy, only being -3 in this recent patch.
Bravo. Livello 2 adesso, usiamola sta livello 2. Buona, meglio. Bravo, usa la livello 2, bravo. Assicurati la vittoria. Tanto non parerà mai. Collaborazione con Fraus su Twitch. Domani viene al talk se ha tempo, ha detto. Facciamo il talk deluxe con lui.
Got to be a bit wary of how we manage our drive bar, especially in this last potential round here. Set point for Cloud. Looking for an opportunity now.
No, perché fai queste cose? Perché ti burnout? Speriamo bene adesso.
Almost on deck as well. Really important for Jumbo.
Attento alla livello 3. Attento alla livello 3. Dai che è quasi fatta. Sei quasi tornato. Buono. Va bene. Va bene lo stesso. Sì, però usciamone, no? No, backdash all'angolo. Ma perché hai fatto backdash? Vabbè, abbiamo comunque il vantaggio di barra. Cioè, a quel punto mi sarei prima o poi avrebbe smesso di fare prese. Non poteva fare prese fino alla fine del match. Secondo me aveva quasi smesso di fare
so
prese.
far. Like it's been very back and forth.
Definitely,
That,
yeah.
though. Obviously, these sets are way more entertaining when it's like back and forth. And
Buona, buon
both of these
tentativo.
players are making adjustments.
Ma che fa?
Oh,
Back and forth.
beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
I love
yeah,
that.
That's heavy damage from Jumbo.
Definitely. And looking, he's holding up right now because he's recognizing that Cloud's not dealing with it. Great stuff. Beautiful catch in the air.
Well. Yeah, oh my. Really strong here. Cloud is on the verge of burning out, and that's the perfect parry as well.
Not quite enough.
Morto?
The Oki mid screen
Quasi.
here, obviously Cammy one of the best characters with that.
Che cavolo!
He missed his
Bah,
cannon
vabbè.
strike and he got
That is.
Because actually, I believe
po' di
JP
choking
would have beat that
lato italiano,
strike.
eh.
Normal
Yeah.
cannon strike anyway, but
Yeah, especially
mean-
if you do it early enough, but unfortunate. Sometimes those misinputs do kind of pay out there, and that was obviously very
well,
fortunate for
we take
Jumbo.
it. We take it, right? We take it. It's all good. There we go. Jumbo winning on a limb there.
Yeah,
Love
to
see
be
it.
fair though, that was a pretty bad situation for Cloud, even though he would have if
Yeah.
he would have gotten that anti-air, it would have still been a very steep hill to climb, so
Yeah, definitely. But there we go.
Jumbo's game to lose.
And of course, we have the World Warrior UK and Ireland #2. Last week was phenomenal. Yeah, and I can't wait to see the next one. And
This
we
is
had
actually spooky because Problem X will be allowed to play Bison in
Bison,
this
yeah.
tournament. So I
and I
think
can see him
this
been
is
doing some grinding as well. He's been grinding.
Dude, I think this is one of those landmark World Warrior events. Obviously, it's just the #2, but I think this is where things will get interesting because you've been waiting for your main character, your main cheese to be released and be legal, and now finally you will have that opportunity. So
Absolutely.
I think it's very interesting. Obviously, we do have the Germany #2 as well. That's gonna be on the same weekend. That's gonna be Sunday, 7th of July, and that's gonna be the same time, and you can sign up for that already if you're a part of this region. So
Definitely. Sign-ups are now open for UK, Ireland, and Germany. And of course, we've got Kings of the World round the corner for me. I can't wait to
Cavolo
see
è
you guys there
Kings of the
at
World?
Samsung King's Cross, London, December 13th to the 15th. And this is basically last chance qualifier, if anything, right? We haven't got an official one, but this is the unofficial last chance qualifier.
Vedete che roba
for
fanno in
Capcom
Inghilterra.
Pro Tour 2024. And I'm looking forward to seeing so many faces there. I can't wait to just play some good games, you know? And,
Speaking about good games, we're starting top 32 winners side
Oh.
with 5 draw.
Oddio, è tornato 5 mascelle.
Alright, so it's the two very solid players.
Ok, top 32, signori, top 32.
For top 8 last year.
Yes, that's
nice,
correct.
yeah, that is
So-
very true.
Looking forward to seeing them
And
both in
5
action.
draw almost made it.
Yes, I believe he
didn't
almost,
make it
yeah.
because he actually missed a World Warrior, if I'm not mistaken.
That
That's
just
why.
goes to show, that just goes to show how relevant these single World Warrior events are. Like, especially if you're like in a, depending on the region, obviously, but obviously for any region they are very important. But for regions that have 2 qualifiers, for example, you might have a little bit more leeway compared to the others where there's only 1 player that's gonna qualify from the region. But yeah, it's a tough call.
Oh, and the
Ah,
Ken
questi
River.
qua si eliminano tra loro,
Let's go,
sono
baby. I'm looking
contento.
forward to seeing some- Let's see Ken pull out.
Due
I don't mind
assassini
seeing
sono
Ken,
questi.
yeah, a bit more.
Questo Manxas ve lo ricorderete
He's
perché
the
è
one
eliminato
that
con
let's see
l'Iva
maybe
nel
the
suo
game
ultimo
for
torneo.
goodness sake. So let's go. Here we go, Manxas and 5 jaw.
Siamo solo che
The
contenti.
overhead already starting off.
Yeah, the thunder
Taking
kick.
your opponent's reactions, I think that's very important to do right off the bat. Especially if it's kind of a best of 3 format where you're
Diciamo che l'Europa è ancora molto legata a Ken rispetto ad altre nazioni, ad altri continenti.
to set these different options.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And if anything, throw out a few Hail Marys here and there. Just put up on an edge. Make them think twice before they make the option next time, right? But right now, Fajo is on the back foot. Beautiful parry from Manxas there.
Yeah, I do think that Max has definitely dominated that first round there.
Oh,
Picking
yeah.
up the pace there, but obviously it is the first
Il CEO non lo
round.
facciamo.
Banja. has some information on his opponent here.
5 mascelle.
How it starts. At least
Il mitico 5 mascelle.
It's gonna be the trouble with mirrors because once one character, one person's got the momentum, they
Quasi
swing with it
spazza.
completely.
Yeah, and I think for some reason, I think mirrors can be some of the wildest matches we see.
Honestly.
Because you, like, personally, at least when I play ranked, whenever, like, I think there's some really weird mirror matches, like Guile, for example, where the game can hold.
Quindi ti faremo per il semi schiaccino Hansar. E schiaccino al 50% Hansar. Aspettando gli schiaccini veri. Gli schiaccini cresciuti con me. Madonna de Dio!
Alright, I like that.
Ecco perché non voglio che i nostri beccano sti personaggi.
Allow your opponent to abuse you.
Aspetta che arriva l'altra,
Nice.
Niente. No, vabbè, è un cane Manxas. È un cane arrabbiato. Manxas è l'ultima persona che vuoi beccare in torneo.
There we go.
Guarda, guarda, guarda.
Wow.
5 mascelle è un po' più pulito. Non lo considero schiaccino perché ha imparato molto da solo. Io non è che l'ho aiutato più di tanto. Cioè non lo considero un ragazzo che ho cresciuto io, tra virgolette. Non è mai venuto al coaching, quindi io so chi ho coachato, poi se vuole considerarsi schiaccino ci mancherebbe altro.
Mirror experience as well. Even if you're doing all of the dirt yourself, that doesn't mean that you can automatically answer that when you have to be dealing with the same kind of dirt yourself.
That's right, that's right. And right now, the Jinrai loops are coming in, but perfect parry to answer. Yeah, definitely. Because it's good pressure. Beautiful.
He has so many different options from these bread and butters. He
does.
Side switch, he can use the maximal corner carry, he can opt for a safe jump. There's so many options. This character just has all the necessary tools to win. Like, it's just, like, his kit is so well versed that it just depends on the player to fully, just depends on the player to fully utilize that kit.
Yeah, definitely. Great tech there. Love the drive rushing in from 5 draw, and yeah, he wants to assert himself. Most likely will.
Shippu!
Yes, definitely. And we're tying up the games here. Nice change of pace for 5 draw. Feeling a bit more comfortable after that last round there.
Onestamente preferisco 5 mascelle che vinca, perché Manxas è randomizzante. 5 mascelle gioca pulito.
Nice. And here we go. Low drive. Similar drive by if anything, right?
Non so che cos'era quel setup. Non pare non pare seggia. Sì, sì, Henry, ho i permessi giusti.
Parry right there, gets the back throw, locked in the corner, looking for a punish counter opportunity, but not quite. I like that from 5 draw. Just straight up, just drive rushing out.
Ha paura dello Shoryuken X, lì ha fatto backdash perché ha detto questo. Oddio, senza rompere non lo so, sicuramente qualcuno avrà qualcosa da ridire, so anche chi. Però nessuno che abbia potere decisionale, per fortuna.
Oh, nice.
Keeping it nice and tight, obviously pushing the corner multiple times during that round, so managing to keep that offensive home into their favor.
Yeah, definitely. And Manxas
ok, arriva la locomotiva, si parte.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
non punisce il calcio forte. E certo, Manxas, è certo, e so 2 già. Io ve l'ho detto che è odioso sto giocatore. Ve l'ho detto che è il giocatore che non vorresti mai beccare in torneo, questo. Guarda, si burnouta da solo, ti tira le super sul rialzo. È veramente ingestibile sto giocatore. Sì, sì, è il Capcom Pro Tour questo. Ha sbagliato tutto, ma vabbè, ma ci piace lo stesso. Ha fatto tipo 4 errori di fila, ma ci piace lo stesso.
We have, and that's what we want, right? We want some nice tight sets. We're not just one-sided. It gets a bit boring after a while when someone really dominates.
Ci sono tutti in Gorgo.
Fireball there.
Ce ne sono tantissimi.
No,
ma non c'è paragone, Caino. Manxas è decisamente il più pazzo. 5Joe è quasi tranquillo rispetto a Manxas.
Yeah, he tried to opt for an axe kick there, but obviously a little bit of interruptions with the jab. Lacking to check the jab. Beautiful up forward.
Medium kick, yeah.
Machiaku? No, opts for a little bit.
Back throw, oh my goodness, and he is burnt out. This might
si scalcia. Niente crosscut, niente anti-air, niente drive impact.
No bait, and there it is, the air to air.
Guardalo, ci ha provato di nuovo. Madonna, quanto gli sta bene. Quanto gli sta bene. Ha tirato 2 livello 3 su rialzo e questa livello 1 a muzzo. Mamma mia, quanto gli sta bene. Io dovrei essere imparziale, però porca miseria quando uno gioca in questa maniera. Che odio.
Wow. And that's not no easy feat in a pool of 90 people, right? But I was going to point, 5Joe, he was able to capitalize. Whenever he got in, he didn't really lose control of when he was in charge.
Non so come ha fatto a non tiltare dopo 2 livello 3 su rialzo.
I feel like Max definitely burned themselves out more often and kind of paid the cost there. I think especially that air-to-air challenge situation during the last moments of the last round was very impressive because you're kind of showing out that you're ready for these moments even during the end there. So that was really impressive from 5Jaw. I do like how the slow and steady wins the race this time because obviously in this game heavy offense and heavy momentum are favored most of the time, but sometimes that slow and steady adaptation can take the win, and I like that myself.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely right. We don't see it often, stare downs in this game, especially. I want to see a few more of those, but saw a couple of those yesterday, and even in UK and Ireland last week.
No, man, I have not seen in a long time. Mr. Wolf.
Oh, arriva One! Caino!
Obviously, shoutouts to Mr. Wolf,
Ceone!
part of Capcom sets program that we are
One-san!
Obviously, shoutouts to those both, but I can't wait to see what Mr. Wolf will do because I remember
Jamie, right? As far as I know.
Last time I saw him play, that was Jamie, but I think Wolf has also
non c'è un momento nella sua vita in Street Fighter 6 in cui Wolf abbia detto non vedo l'ora di fare sto torneo. Non c'è una volta.
I often see that. Some other people dabble with them. You learn about the character, you understand what they are strong at, what they're weak at, and that will help you in your long run for your main character.
Non c'è una volta che abbia detto non vedo l'ora. Non vedo l'ora di accendere, attaccare lo stick. Vediamo quanti quartini si beve oggi. Chi è l'avversario? Non ho idea.
Playing a different way that you've used to. So that can
Beh, comunque sto vedendo che stanno migliorando molto il discorso interruzioni tra un match e l'altro. Quindi meno male, sono contento. Sì, è il compagno di squadra di Garnet.
Well, you deepen your pool of knowledge. You deepen your pool of knowledge, you deepen your understanding of the game, which is really key. Especially this game, when we talk about how high octane it is and how constantly there's lots of back and forth, lots of momentum base.
Mr. Wolf, check your Discord DMs, please, ASAP.
Make sure you check your Discord DMs, and of course, I think he'll be, from what I can see, going to be fighting MBR. And actually, I was wondering, of course, I did mention,
Scrivete a One di controllare Discord.
4 days. I think I played him a long time ago offline. This is a long time ago. I remember a Street Fighter 4 event, but he's on Akuma. I remember him playing Akuma then, actually, and now he plays Akuma now. He has gone from Ken and Luke.
The full circle.
Yeah, I mean.
Sì, lo conosco.
Show, I guess.
Yeah. MBR also, like, from the Netherlands, obviously.
Madonna, MBR c'ha contro.
Strong players, and MBR did play very well.
Il mio rivale ai tempi di Street Fighter 4.
Managed to get to the 8th place in the World Warrior Finals for EU West that year. So obviously a very accomplished player, and he was also featured in the Capcom sets program as well. So shout outs to MBR as well, just very recently. And if you
against Zera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? That's having that consistency of strong gameplay really shines through eventually, and we can see that with MBR. So this will be a really interesting one. Like you said, I'm not quite sure who Mr. Wolf is playing at the moment. Possibly might see some Jamie. I'm not sure how Jamie fares against Akuma.
I think I've
Grazie Mohammed, grazie mille. Grazie caro. Ti ringrazio tantissimo per sto messaggio. Mi hai appena svoltato la giornata in positivo.
Okay, possibly against Akuma. At least he, like the way they buffed the Bakai, for example.
Sì, Mohammed, no?
Like, I think he's very much
Eccolo.
a more consistent character compared to the last patch, but obviously
we are getting Jamie here.
Wait to see these. Let's see.
Yeah, we are in top 32 winners, guys. It is still 32 until we hit that top 8, which then it will be 33.
Sembrava una giornata noiosa, oggi invece è appena migliorata.
And MBR, like you said, from Netherlands with that Akuma.
Indeed, just happy to have their main back.
Oh, the arrow kick. Getting the snag there.
Yeah, sometimes.
Tra l'altro account creato 30 giugno, quindi
Just like a demon. Sometimes as your opponent lands on your backside.
no, fa l'account apposta perché ha fatto 20 account e sono stati bannati tutti. No, 20 forse è poco. Quindi in realtà mi sta dando una buona notizia.
That's rude. No, that's rude.
Ok, burnout, attenzione. Abbiamo il match. Gli ha provato l'antimignali.
I feel he might have been trying to bait an arrow kick out of him, but
Io spero che però tu mantenga la promessa.
if anything, right, he has some great control.
Quindi non illudermi.
On the back
Non illudermi, ti
I
prego.
think Akuma in this game has top 2 or top 3 corner games.
Oh, nice.
Allora, io ho imparato una cosa su Street Fighter 6. Quando ti tirano il proiettile sul rialzo non lo devi mai saltare. Perché 9 volte su 10 è una trappola. Ecco, esattamente, precisamente quello che ho appena detto. Sì, ma una deve passare da Kuma quanto prima, certo.
Absolutely.
Ma che sta facendo?
Unpunished there, you can't let these Jamie players get away with that.
No, you can't. No, you
Especially
can't.
if they do the follow-up.
Absolutely. Oh my. And the Adamant Flame puts him into the corner. Might see level 3.
What?
Oh,
Fagli male, One, fagli male.
This might be heavily punished. No, he decides
Non
to
poteva
go for
fargli la
the second
cravatta
ring
lì,
here.
no?
Obviously, it's still the second round, so lots of
Luminous dive. I love that little whip back
Cazzo,
there.
pugnetto
That's nice.
Tatsumaki.
Doesn't quite kill though. Hops over.
Lo vedo un po'
the
perso,
rage.
One, sinceramente.
Not quite level
Però
3
può
for
ancora
attention
farcela.
yet.
Wow.
Either, but
With the EX fireball, he just
Yeah.
managed to
Sul
get that
rialzo.
meter back, and he was like, "Okay, we're spending it immediately."
yeah, I was gonna mention and say that, you know what, maybe he needs to try and go for drinks a bit more, but he's not getting the opportunity to.
Yeah,
When
I think, yeah, Akuma's mobility combined with the fact that he can challenge you from these weird angles compared to other characters, I think that kind of guarantees in this matchup where Jamie doesn't have as many opportunities to kind of squeeze those drinks in, especially in the neutral.
And the beautiful arrow kick there. Tries to get the little throw. The luminous dive kick. Follow
Dive
up.
kick, there you go, and drink into the Oki as well, but challenge the jump in from MBR. Obviously, you need to be ready for that in this game because people do not want to be locked in the corner in this game.
right.
They will be looking for the first opportunity to jump out of the corner, and you need to be ready for that.
Yeah,
Sì,
we're gonna
giustamente
get
lo mando in
breaking
burnout.
here. Gonna break burnout.
No, non lo
You
mando
know
in
the
burnout.
cusp of
That's
it.
one of
Yeah,
the
it's
best.
awesome.
Ok, spazzata.
I like it though because obviously MBR is burnt out.
Pressa, tutto plus, vai, pressa.
One more drink, but I don't think it's that significant in this moment because
Sì.
you are looking for the chip
Molto
kill, and
imparato.
there it is with the Rekas.
Very nice. And there we go, getting around on the board, Mr. Wolf, looking a bit more comfortable than last time.
Straight to
Adamant,
your face.
love it. That heavy kick is criminal, honestly.
Ci sono
It's
tutti
one
i
of those
diamond, ce ne
live
sono
by the sword,
tantissimi.
die by the sword normals because it's obviously
Yeah.
incredibly effective when you land it, but when you whiff it, God forbid you whiff it, you will be paying the price.
You will indeed. Look at this. Nice little record there. Gets the devil inside. Level 1 on deck. We're not seeing Mr. Wolf often go for drinks too
Perché
much.
X?
Even though he's been a bit more in control in this game.
Pom,
here.
pom.
Nice record again of the
Dai,
drink. There we
due
go. Two devils
quartini.
inside. And actually,
Bravo
dive
Wolfone,
kick
vai.
is Bakai.
Bella.
Was really good.
Ok, ottimo. Bevi, bevi, che fa bene. No, questa va meno bene. Dai, il kick sbagliato. Oh, attenzione, è morto, è morto, è morto. La cravatta, dagli di cravatta. Stasera ci vestiamo eleganti. Eccola.
He's great. Gets to decide how to take the game for Mr. Wolf. That is one apiece now. And again, we're getting into our third and final game. Love it. MBR, I love this relentlessness still. He's not afraid after... That game was kind of convincing for Mr. Wolf, but yeah. MBR still on the offense here.
Like a burnout situation closing in for MBR. Let's see what happens. Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about how the 3-bar situation in this game is...
Bella anti-air.
No,
calcolato male il tempismo. Non ha voluto tirare qui, nonostante fosse plus. Con le plus.
Indeed. Oh, looking for a way out here on the cusp of burnout.
Buona, 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 buona. Tanto ci prendiamo il burnout. Bella. 2 quartini.
Yeah, I think he's respecting MBR, and that's one thing that's really...
Yeah, I think so.
Bellissima.
That's one of the keys to be a bit wary.
Vai, vai, vai. Spingi, spingi. Spingi. Bellissima. Buona, buona, match point, dai. Match point e abbiamo anche 3 barre. Abbiamo anche 3 barre di super. Dai.
We'll have to find out. Yeah, definitely. Beautiful neutral jump there, getting into a big chunk of damage.
The double dash, yeah, yes. Some of the most consistent Oki in this game. So many different options available.
Yeah,
the shimmy potential of
giusto, ogni tanto ci sta.
Because of his incredibly good walk speed.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Zanko Dukin.
Ok, 2.
No,
quello era un DP, quello era un DP.
Should get the round here. Adamant Flame into maybe a level 1.
That is the level 1, nice.
Quello era un DP, gli è uscito il breakdance. Mannaggia i lupi, mannaggia. Ok, adesso però ci siamo dentro, ci stiamo dentro.
A testament to how strong these players are, right?
Se riesce a mettere la breakdance lì, non è male.
Yeah, nice. Low and dry by MBR. And Mr. Wolf recognizing that. He's going to be applying some pressure sometime soon.
Buona.
Oh, the low forward.
2 quartini.
This is where you cannot let your combo
questa mi fa malissimo. Siamo ancora a 2 drink.
Here's an extra drink for ya. Yeah, extra drink for him, but doesn't get the forward there completely. Lovely.
Yes.
MBR played that so well there. Yeah. So well there. Just out of that little low forward range, right? They're punishing him for pressing that button. That was divine from MBR. That great last round.
Niente, ormai una gioia.
That was so smooth.
oggi non c'è gioia oggi.
Oh yeah.
In questo torneo.
Challenging Akuma in those situations using that DP and the EX
non c'è gioia.
for example was, I think that was like the MVP for myself.
Forse doveva fargli tipo qualche dive kick, perché è andato a contestare il calcio medio abbassato di Akuma, che è una cazzo di mina.
We'll still be on the losers bracket, so not out quite yet. That was the top 32 winners, so obviously we got plenty of games to be shown still, and we also have plenty of codes to be claimed here still on the Matcherino side. We have 20 codes left. Obviously we have ample viewers right now, so if you would be so kind and click on the link in the chat and visit the Matcherino and just claim a code. All it takes is one click. It's completely free, and you support these players as we are closing in on getting into the top 8 of this region. Obviously we've been at it for an hour, but we still got lots of different matches to be had, and I'm actually gonna grab my coffee right now, so I will be right there.
I mean, I am looking forward to seeing how we get further into our bracket now. So, of course, 18 codes remaining, guys, and of course Europe West as well being a super region, so 2 qualifying spots for them. And like Ovaha said, you know, so many strong players in this region like Takamura, Garnet, and you know, Takamura and Garnet qualifying last year.
C'è Takamura.
Also entering already, of course, into top.
About Takamura, he will on now.
Oh, okay, right. So it's Takamura and Snowboy. Snowboy, I'm actually a bit of a fan of Snowboy. I really like Snowboy because it's got such a vast understanding of fighting games, and he's great with Kimberly. Really like some of the stuff. We'll just talk about Snowboy at Ovaha and saying that, you know, Snowboy is a really interesting player from Netherlands.
Madonna, Snowboy, il mio incubo in Street Fighter 5.
Chun-Li, I'm really a big fan of Chun-Li, actually. I didn't really like her
L'uomo con sei
when the
main.
game came out because I've always kind of gravitated towards her. And with her being a stance character, I thought, no, I'm not going to deal with this. But actually, it's really an interesting level with the Serenity stance. I really like that. And I think it makes... She did get a little bit of a hit in this recent patch, but she's still...
Ma nessun italiano sta streamando la round, vero? Stanno perdendo anche il gusto di streamare le run. Però se gli serve per concentrarsi, va bene.
Very stable, and she doesn't really.
Sì, non li vedo.
Dynamic character. I mean, she's always very solid and very like neutral based. So I think those characters can very often go under the radar for a long time. But obviously the developers did talk about also like how challenging it was for them to kind of change Chun-Li's gameplay because they did view her gameplay or like her toolkit as kind of a perfect, so it's really hard to improve on.
No, ma è giusto così. È giusto così.
But I am very excited to see Takamura. He is going to be opting to play Ken during.
Cioè, chi vuole competere seriamente non deve streamare.
I would imagine that playing Akuma against Kimberly can be very spooky because obviously of the lower HP, so there's more opportunities for Kimberly to kind of finish off those rounds and less interactions compared to something like playing Ken.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like Kimberly actually kind of struggles a little bit personally in this matchup though.
Madonna.
Snowboy does.
Sideways though, this is very fortunate for Takamura. Snowboy also on the verge of burning out, but nice challenge. Doesn't check the overhead. That's gonna be a throw into one more interaction for Takamura. Gets the throw there. I think that was looking for a moment. There definitely looked like Snowboy was in control, but Takamura managing to squeeze that win in.
Oh, nice. Gets a conversion level 3 maybe? Yeah, Vagabond into that level 3. Okay,
yeah,
then go for...
You definitely most of the time want to be using that as early as possible because Kimberly does get the damage and movement speed bonus from baked into her move kits after using that level 3, so obviously that's gonna be effective the longer you get.
Mi piace la mancanza di interruzioni tra un match e l'altro.
Kind of
Me gusta.
agrees on is that he wants to spend that level 3 straight away, especially with Kimberly's buff, the install that she has, right? You get the buff with the 11% extra damage, okay, she's 101% damage, she's finally a character.
Spero che mantengano questo ritmo anche fino alla fine. Magari riusciamo anche a cenare stasera. È morto. È morto. E ci ha. Vabbè, meglio Snowboy che Takamura in loser. No, ma in realtà li facevano comunque i pipponi infiniti l'anno scorso. Probabilmente qualcuno gli ha detto dovete sbrigarvi. Cioè, teoricamente sapete che cosa bisogna... Servirebbe tipo un arbitro, una persona in più, che quando sta per finire un match già invita gli altri. Così si trovano già lì, perché se ogni volta aspetti che finisce il match per invitare, tu devi invitare 2 coppie di persone, secondo me. Perché così parti subito col match successivo. Bravo.
There, nice work from Takamura. This has definitely been the Takamura show so far. The second game here just kind of eased into this set, so to speak.
Sì, appunto, lo fa in game.
Standing reset, but Takamura managed to get the best
Cominec.
level 3, managing to slow down the pace here. equalizing the drive meter as well. This is looking very good for him right now.
Oh, the sweep.
Bracket.
Lagabon, yes, right into. I love that confirmed. That just kind of Hail Mary overhead. The windmill kick. Into that beating the sci-fi. We've got to have something happen here for Snowboy because
ce ne sono tanti
take at the moment. Oh,
this slide. Surprise slide. Always need to be ready for that.
oh
Just,
no.
oh, yeah.
Uè, Francesco, noi stiamo invece guardando un torneo europeo importante in cui ci sono tanti italiani. Queste sono le qualifiche Europa Ovest per il torneo ufficiale Capcom. E stiamo tifando gli italiani. Che hai messo sui tasti aggiuntivi, per curiosità? Comunque ragazzi, Fraus ormai lo abbiamo catturato. È diventato un super appassionato di picchiaduro. No, ma cresce bene il ragazzo. Un altro paio di sessioni secondo me è in grado di giocare anche online. E lì secondo me si sblocca un altro layer importante.
And we saw there Takamura, a bit more experienced player, of course, and really showing their a bit more understanding.
Sì, mi ricordo. Quelli dovrebbero essere teoricamente parry e drive impact. Infatti io me li vorrei mettere sul mio stick, quei due. Proprio in quella posizione lì. Perché così li prendi col pollice invece che col mignolo. Eh sì, no, ma sta a te, sta a te. O li metti sopra e sotto e li prendi con indice o medio sopra e col pollice sicuramente sotto. Oppure mignolo e coi mignoli in generale.
Equal corner pressure as well, so like I do think that must.
Kemmy, ho anche fatto una storia in cui mi taggava.
The man who won the Europe West Premier last week. Last year, not last week.
Last week, oh, it's been a while then.
Yeah. Garnet.
Oh, c'è Garnetto, attenzione, accendo la luce. Accendiamo la luce per Garnet.
During this game, as in general, obviously was in the last Capcom Cup, but also just very recently was at only the best, I believe. I'm not sure
he took only the best. Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
he actually won the tournament.
Attenzione.
Also managed to do very
Attenzione. C'è il nostro campione.
I've got his results. I think he got top 64.
Yeah, and that's
top 48. Top 48.
C'è la nostra punta di diamante adesso.
How many talented international players were there? Those pools were just like you might be instantly facing off against like a top international killer. So
he plays against a player who I've actually never seen before, and who already destroyed his seeding. No.
Ooh, I love those situations. Who is this killer?
Julio Dam from Belgium.
All right.
Contro un belga
this is the kind of player we're talking about, right? We've not seen him yet when he plays, but the underdog, right? The kind of ones that come out the woodwork, you don't see them so often, but they're so incredibly talented.
Dai, è arrivato in top 8, Ciu, così vediamo tanti italiani.
So now this is his time to shine now against the likes of Garnet.
Julio Dam.
A very strong player, like you've mentioned.
Ma io penso che Garnet se lo mangia. Però non voglio gufarlo. Forza Dalsim. No, iniziamo così, va bene, perfetto. Iniziamo così. Inizio round, boom, perfect parry.
A lot of people don't give credit to Guile players on how incredibly hard it is to play that character on a high level. Obviously, anyone can throw a few sonic booms and a few flash kicks here and there, but making this character work in top level.
Buona la spazzata. Scimmona! Bella la finta. Gli ha fintato la fireball che è andata a vuoto di proposito,
Who might be feeling a bit frustrated about the game mechanics, because I feel like Guile is one of those characters.
Un bel carlone per iniziare.
A little bit because of his playstyle.
Yeah, definitely. And right now,
un bel carlone.
And he's got to find. I want to be looking for, punish counters against those long limbs, especially. You got to be fishing for those.
Bella. Ha tradato non so per quale motivo. Forza Italia, dai. Yoga Flame, quasi burnout. Anti-air. Mancato la seconda anti-air. D'altra parte nessuno si aspettava che avrebbe saltato di nuovo. Ok, abbiamo la livello 3. Abemus livello 3. Abbiamo livello 3, quindi la prossima è quasi chiusura. La prossima combo è quasi... Adesso è chiusura. Questo è un po' prevedibile forse. Bella, è morto, finita. 1-0.
We did talk about this before we started the show today that Garnet, obviously one of those
Favorites, right?
favorite people to take it, obviously was in the previous Capcom Cup through the closed qualifier. So,
but there's always an opportunity for an upset, and that's what we want to sometimes kind of see, you know, slightly. But here we go, Fuliodon getting aggressive on the get-go once again, despite the fact that he was punished for that very early in that first round, the last game.
LOL. Rimbalzato.
Yeah, yoga arch, yeah, definitely. That is a very strong fireball. It just catches you off guard so many times.
Bella.
Another... Yeah, go ahead.
Mi sta leggendo tutti i Sonic Boom. Lui non se l'aspetta, pensa di poter tirare in tranquillità. Non si aspetta la scivolata. La scivolata è come l'Inquisizione spagnola, non se l'aspetta nessuno. Boom. Bella. È morto? Quasi, peccato. Questa può essere pesante, la deve chiudere subito. Bravo. La chiude subito. Sì, ma di gran lunga, Elion. È più forte di gran lunga.
Don't see him very often. This is a very specialized player, right? Yeah. So here we go. Fuliodon just relentless. He is locking him into this corner here, looking to fight his way out already. The yoga arch not quite there. Yeah, definitely checking.
Always willing to
quasi. Yoga Come? Peccato. Sì, ha sempre giocato Dalsim. Cioè, oddio, in Street Fighter 6 sì. Lo prende con la dado mago? La dado mago su rialzo. Si è burnoutato il tizio. No, anche The Garnet si è burnoutato. Questo secondo me è un piccolo errore, questo qua. Giusto, giusto. Vai via. Buona. Buona, bravo. Bella. Ok. Calma, calma, calma che è fatta. Calma che è fatta.
That was beautiful. The way that was
Lo sapevo che saltava, lo sapevo che saltava.
Under the fireball just to evade.
No.
Just up there, but Fuliodon getting around.
Vabbè, vabbè, dai. Piccolo incidente di percorso. Di nuovo lo pesca.
Beautiful throw here, Garnet looking still comfortable. He's not deterred by that last round from Fuliodon. Level 3 almost in deck for both players. Really key here. He's happy sitting back right now. He doesn't need to do anything besides make Gal come to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gal, one of those characters that obviously through the system mechanics can be a little bit more rushdown heavy compared to last games, for example, or like previous iterations of Gal.
Si rischia.
Yeah. And, low drive bar here. He's got to capitalize. You have to capitalize on this.
Se va in burnout è dura, l'option select. Con il dive kick. Però hanno entrambi la livello 3, quindi la prossima combo è cruciale. Ha sbagliato, aveva vinto, ha sbagliato il guy. Ok. Non sono d'accordissimo. Però no, va bene, è giusto perché si prende un po' di drive nel frattempo. È giusto così. No, non l'ammazza. Bella, è morto, è finita. La prima vittoria per l'Italia in stream. Yay! Siamo in top 16. Sì. No, vabbè, ma allora quella roba di Guile non bisogna praticamente mai farla contro un giocatore bravo, perché sanno tutti il tempismo e sul pugno dall'alto ti mettono tutti la perfect parry. Quindi bisognerebbe sempre andare di... È praticamente inutile. A livelli alti è inutile quella roba. Però buon per noi, Chi se ne? Va bene. Prendiamo e portiamo a casa, tanto è un errore suo. Bene. Soltanto Takamura può mettere in difficoltà Garnet. E secondo me andrà a finire così, secondo me. Secondo me finirà Garnet contro Takamura in finale. Adesso c'è Andone, attenzione, c'è Andone adesso. Con Edoardo. Andone è quello che ti fa lo scherzetto,
And characters like Honda and Dalsim obviously always have been
Andone ti fa lo scherzetto.
but it's interesting to see, like,
Sì, è l'uomo gambero. È proprio lui. Ragazzi, per il tabellone punto esclamativo bracket in chat.
But in this game, because Blanca is just so incredibly strong right now, you see him a bit more often compared to the other two. So I think it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, sorry
Go
for
on.
interrupting. What else
Eccolo
we can
qui.
see is our top
Hansar
16
Takamura, Ras
winners
MBR, Garnet Salty Kid.
Takamura versus Hansar, Ras versus
Okay.
MBR, Garnet versus Salty Kid, and Zera versus...
Però ci dice molto
You know what?
bene,
Those
perché non
names
si
that I
beccano
see
praticamente
in
mai
that
italiani.
winners quarterfinal day,
Ci
I'm
dice
not
proprio
surprised to see them
bene,
in that top 16 winners
I was
side.
gonna say the exact same thing. These
Ci
are
dice
definitely
bene.
names that we have been noted down before we
Sì, On è
started
uscito.
broadcast here.
Vediamo se ha
Takamura,
bestemmiato
obviously,
sul
one of
gruppo
the favorites
WhatsApp.
to take it, was from this region previously in Capcom Cup. Hansar is one of those players I have been recently introduced to.
E Chu deve arrivare in loser.
Yes.
O è bracket 4 e
interested in
bracket
seeing
2, non so.
how this matchup will go. Obviously, Ras was one of those strong players from this region that did qualify.
Ma io partirei
almost
già con la top
to the
16.
Capcom Cup was on the rankings. I think they were like
Been
in the
him.
top 8.
Io sono contento che
Yes.
Takamura, mettiamo che riesce a battere Hansar, comunque ci sono MBR e Ras che si eliminano da soli.
He came fourth
Chi
in the online
vince
event,
va a
and,
eliminarsi
the
con
regional
Takamura,
came third.
quindi
They did very well.
quel lato di bracket, a parte
Yeah,
Hansar,
very strong. Of
poverino,
course, what could be strong
è
is our
bello,
match
è
winning.
bello
Thank you
sacrificato,
so much to
diciamo.
Aldo.
Cioè tutti i top player
SYG
stanno
team,
nella parte alta.
He is definitely very for them. $20 contribution there, which takes our total up to $53.50.
Guarda Aldo che ha donato.
Max gave
Ma
out
che cazzo doni a fare,
Of course,
Aldo?
the start
Se
of
li vince
the
Garnet
contribution
gli offri una pizza poi
as always,
prima.
$53.
Cioè
doing well.
vince Garnet si
Definitely
prende i
better.
soldi di Aldo, non ha molto
Yeah,
senso
we
come
have, but
cosa.
yeah. I gotta also give a shout out to Savior Games team for sponsoring players like Garnet, for example, and just being a great
Sì, la danno in stream,
force in
per
the
forza.
community and managing these players and obviously supporting these salt mine events as well. So shout outs to the whole Savior game.
Yeah,
Savior Games.
definitely some love towards players' talents and
Salutiamo
like kind of cultivating
Savior
that,
Games.
right? It's nurturing and support is really important, especially to people that want to do well, and to give a bit of love to them, right? Is great, and I really respect that. I think that's amazing.
Absolutely.
But let's see. Takamura Hansar, so we're gonna see some Akuma and Ed.
Akuma. No,
Or
Ken.
versus Ed.
Ken.
Yeah,
mi
possibly.
prende.
Yeah.
Not really sure though.
Yeah, definitely.
Would they go for Akuma instead of
My understanding is that Ed actually can beat Akuma quite well.
No, secondo me prende Ken,
Especially some
perché
of the
Ken
shim
gioca
games that
bene
he
con
has,
Ed.
and the kill rush.
Più di
So
Akuma.
we'll see with that. We've got Akuma again from MBR, and Ras probably on DJ. I'm not sure if they can play anyone else. I know they asked.
I think that's a pretty good matchup for DJ, to be honest, because the
Yeah.
slide, for example, really does work incredibly well against the air approaches of Akuma, and I feel like against DJ,
Ha dato uno
the
schiaffo sugli
Akuma
occhiali
player
da
might
solo.
be more inclined to skip neutral and go for an air approach a little bit more often compared to other matchups. So
Ecco,
I
adesso
think
arrivano i
that
pipponi.
matchup, that slide
Adesso cominciano i
comes
pipponi.
really handy.
Yeah, definitely.
Siete andati così
Definitely,
bene
it's a very good tool,
finora.
right? We know DJ's.
Stavate andando
definitely-
così bene.
He got hit a bit, and some people say he was the loser of this patch, but he's still essentially the same character. He's just got to be a bit more reserved in certain situations and a bit more assertive in certain situations.
For sure. Still an incredibly strong character. Still has some of the best drive rushes in the game,
Oh,
obviously.
Listen,
Bison.
I can never check that drive rush. My 30+ reactions can't be checking that. I'm sorry.
No. I think the best joke is when they added in.
Allora ci sono
packs
Belgio,
the
Austria,
versus
Italia,
sound
Svizzera,
effects.
ma non
Someone
penso
made
ci
a
siano
really funny
svizzeri
tweet
e
about if
Olanda.
someone has the
Queste sono le
Splinter Bro,
nazioni.
like the Street Fighter 2 challenge,
Europa Ovest.
You just drive impact immediately. because
Tranne
they're
vabbè
probably
Francia,
gonna be
Inghilterra
30
che
plus years old, so
hanno il loro
that will
qualifier.
most likely work against them. I think that's funny as heck.
Yeah, it really is.
Se vince
honestly,
Hansar
like,
camminiamo
all
tutti
us
indietro.
oldies getting checked. I don't know how,
Domani si va a fare colazione camminando
I'm
all'indietro.
33 and
Oh,
E
so
poi andiamo
you're
tutti
older
alla
than me.
Neuro.
Right, you can't check drive rush either, so it's
no,
alright.
I'm hopeless. I am really hopeless on that.
I'm very true this year, and yeah, I'm going to be checking.
Domani si va al lavoro camminando indietro.
So yeah,
Looking
definitely.
forward to that.
E se andate con la macchina ci andate in retromarcia.
Weekend as well. We got Dalsim and Kimberly. Now Kimberly, people say that Kimberly wins the matchup. I'm not sure I agree, but definitely it'll be interesting to see how both these guys play it.
Yeah.
Be really intrigued because she's definitely got some ways to deal with, for example, Yoga Teleport. You can crouch fierce it into convert. That's a big conversion to OD Azuna drop, and she can lead in some big setup and damage for that. And then we got Zerna, of course, with the jury. Touch of Kimberly, but I doubt he'll be bringing out Kimberly. He's going to come out with the best, which is his jury, and of course the Feng Shui engine bite, which he uses so well, and 5-draw with the Ken. So we got a nice mixed bag as well, I have to say.
Yeah, a few Shotos and a few other characters. It's definitely going to be an interesting set, and obviously, as we're speaking, the losers bracket will be.
Sì, purtroppo abbiamo cantato vittoria troppo presto, ragazzi. Come è strutturato il CPT? A punti. Alla fine dell'anno poi si fanno... Ecco, è arrivata la lamentela. È arrivata la lamentela.
Yeah, and I think leading back to something that you mentioned, right, about
vi avevo detto che arrivava, no?
To making such a varied and strong cast. Like, there's no real clear bad character. I know people say Lily's bad. I don't think she's that bad. I think she's quite linear.
People also say that Manon is bad, but I think she's still a very strong tournament character because a lot of people are still very, very unfamiliar with playing against Manon. Feel very uncomfortable playing against her.
Aspettate che dobbiamo risolvere. Ve l'avevo detto.
Obviously she's gonna be building great meter from
allora, ti spiego Francesco. Praticamente c'è il restream ufficiale inglese, ok? Che teme che io gli vada a togliere spettatori, cioè lo stream che stiamo guardando praticamente, perché fondamentalmente faccio numeri pari o superiori ai suoi. E quindi quando può cerca di non farmi streamare.
Yeah, definitely. I know people, like you said, people view her as weaker, but she's really.
No, ma perché gli se lo posso?
Please join the lobby, my man.
Cioè, se posso farlo tutto.
Let's get those games in, exactly.
Aspettate. Qua dice non hai l'autorizzazione, eccetera, eccetera. Ma prima di cominciare questo stream ho chiesto al Merlo e ha detto tutto a posto. Quindi tranquilli, devo soltanto risolverla dal punto di vista burocratico. Datemi un secondo. Io ve l'avevo detto all'inizio che sarebbe arrivato sto momento, no? Vabbè raga, ma non c'è problema, siamo a posto dal punto di vista formale, quindi tutto a posto. Allora, sì, poi dobbiamo informare Fraus di tutta la lore che c'è dietro. Allora, datemi un attimo. Fatemi trovare il Twitter di Adriano. Eccolo Handskar, eccolo.
Let's get in there. We're gonna get the Ken like you mentioned, right? And Handskar of course on the edge. Now let's see how
gli devo soltanto dare il profilo condiviso.
So I wonder what Handskar's got under his sleeve. Especially for top 16 now.
One of those very, very good mid-range target combos to kind of challenge those different block string situations in, because you get those really good plus frames after.
Io avevo previsto tutto, per questo ho preso la pre-autorizzazione prima di cominciare.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, triple jab into the DP, just great work. And obviously Ken has always.
Questo ragazzo è un mio sub, Francesco.
In the regard that compared to characters like Ryu, who was previously the only other Shoto, he does not.
Dai Enscarone, su.
Those three lights into special. So Ken in general has.
Ciao Marione. Buona. Sotto, dai. No. Ce l'aveva, doveva fare pugno medio lì, non pugno forte. Eccola la locomotiva. Si parte.
Yeah, and very unique as well. I like how he's differentiated. But here you see a shimmy red bar. Nice, and I like this use as well, because you get to build that drive bar back up, and you've got your opponent locked in the corner still. We're going to see a meaty Hadouken. He's a bit wary. I like that. Bit of patience there. maximum heavy punch range as well. Big sequence. Look at that.
Ooh, and just drops the follow-up.
He's not afraid of him, but I love this. He's got the whole stage to work with.
Buona.
Hold on.
The
This
flicker.
might be something that Hansar can go
Peccato, l'idea era ottima. L'idea era ottima. No, Enska, che cazzo fai? Che cazzo fa? Ma stavi così bene, perché ti sei andata a burnoutare in faccia?
You might have wanted to kind of halt the offense there at least.
Vabbè,
using the drive.
sei andata a burnoutargli in faccia.
You had-
No, 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 no. Non sei Ending Walker. Te le counterano quelle cose.
Yeah, just
Very good.
Solo Ending Walker le può fare quelle porcate.
That's one key thing there. You could have held on to that meter just a little bit longer. You've plenty of time to play with. But now we're sitting
Giusto,
on the left
giusto,
side of the
giusto,
stage.
giusto.
The reversal from Hansar there,
Yeah,
just
that
to get
was a
out of
nice
that corner.
reversal. You kind of gotta show these top players that I'm not afraid, even though you're like one of the strongest players in the region. I'm not afraid to do a wake up
nice.
here and there.
A great ODDP there.
Yeah, Hansar's back.
Buonissima. Non sprecare più barre adesso, levati dalle balle. E invece va sotto. Madonna, io l'avevo detto.
Wow.
L'avevo detto.
Reversals from Takamura here, absolutely paying off here. Oh, and gets the standing fierce.
Perché se l'hai preso in faccia così
With the
qualcuno?
fireball as well. Could have actually killed from that interaction, but gets that win anyway.
Enzo. Non converte, ma resetta con la presa.
Here, Hansar in a pickle here. It's already
Dai,
getting
Andone,
very
su.
close to
Buona.
set point here for Takamura. Hansar still
Giusto, giusto. Stand still.
This matchup. It's the low here. I like the spacing from Hansar, but doesn't check the anti-air. Oh, doesn't check the jump in. That is
Niente
definitely
anti-air.
very difficult. Puts him in a pickle in the corner right now.
Buona, prendilo, prendilo, prendilo. Chiudila, 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 chiudila. No, la devi chiudere.
Doesn't go.
Avaro, avaro, maledetto. Avaro.
It is a bit
Gridi, maledizione. La potevi chiudere.
Right?
Oh
Big
my
jump in, and
goodness,
then
and you
Takamura-
might just... My
You're paying the
man,
price.
you... Oh my goodness, you lost it because of the greed. This game definitely punishes those moments where you feel like... you
Raga,
lost
quando
it.
avete, anche se dovete usare la livello 3, la partita va chiusa. Non si va a risparmio. Chiudetele ste cazzo di partite. Cioè, se avete la livello 3, sprecate barre, sti cazzi, chiudetela. Questa è proprio la regola d'oro, la regola d'oro.
Top 8 on winner's side.
Well, very well done to him. Well deserved. And we saw some great usage of Ken's tools there, right? And
Yeah.
making people pay the price, like we said right earlier on. There is this thing about wanting to save until the right moment, but actually, will there be a right moment? Will there be another
Will there
opportunity
be a
for
final round?
you? Yeah, will there be an opportunity for you to spend it? So
Yeah.
you've got to be assertive in your choices and really be confident. Okay, I've got a set up for this for this set play or this sequence here. And we've seen that twice today, I believe, so if not 3 times, that people, because they didn't spend, they've paid the price.
Yeah.
And there's a lot
Yeah, that
to
was
that.
definitely not the first time.
Well, let's see
But
how that pans out.
yeah, I also want to kind of talk about that match.
Va bene, non fa niente. C'è ancora una speranza nella loser bracket, dai. Enskar, non c'è niente da capire, le devi chiudere le combo. Le devi chiudere. Cioè, c'hai la livello 3, chi se ne frega, te le rifai, tanto si fanno in fretta.
At different ranges, obviously, all of those anti-airs don't cover all of the different ranges where you can jump in, for example, but
La prossima volta
I think
chiudi.
that, because he's
Gli togli, ti serve,
a few frames
ti servono 3 barre per togliere tanto di vita?
characters,
Chiudi.
it's-
Chi se ne
it's a
frega.
tough thing for-
Allora, un conto è se
for
puoi
the
ottimizzare,
player
dici
to be
posso
very
chiudere
aware of your
spendendo meno
opponent,
barre.
because that's obviously one of those very
Ma
fast ways to close the distance against
se puoi
the
chiuderla
frustrating
spendendo
enemy
tante
to
barre, non c'è alternativa
far-range
se non
character.
lasciarlo in vita,
So,
chiudila sta combo.
you need to
The
be
thing
ready
is,
for those jumps.
Vabbè, Enskar, adesso sei in loser, quindi non ti guarda più nessuno.
DP kind of thing. The thing is, right?
Ci vediamo in
If
top
he
8,
excelled
dai.
in all areas, then there's a struggle there, right? Because we saw that with Luke in the very first edition
Yeah.
of the game, right? Where he excelled in so many areas that he really struggled to have. Well, he didn't struggle because he didn't have any weaknesses, no real clear-cut weaknesses for him.
Non hai più occhi addosso
We
ora.
want, like you say, a balanced game, right? So, for example, Marissa, she struggles with defense, but she's so good on the offense.
Oddio, c'ha Manxas
It's a
in
very
loser.
fine thing to balance all of these
Condoglianze.
factors. Even like Kimberly,
Condoglianze.
she doesn't have an OD reversal, but
Quello è un cane
she's
di
got
quelli
great
proprio
offense.
maledetti.
She's got great
Yeah.
tools for really applying pressure.
L'ultima
So,
persona
yeah,
che vorrei incontrare al
Yeah, and
torneo.
in general, I think that that's what makes a game interesting, at least to
Oh,
me,
yeah.
is that characters have clear-cut advantages and disadvantages, because if every character starts reminding of each other, it gets kind of problematic. And obviously people will at that point kind of, they're inclined to go for the strongest character if everyone is kind of reminding themselves of each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, why not just pick the flat-out best character in that sense?
But you know what it is? It's also a struggle thing, right? Because some people like to have a character representation of this character, and they associate that with you. Like when I spoke to Problem X, he was so happy, of course. Bison
yes,
coming back.
Cashman.
You've got. It is a super region, yeah. Is that, this character is associated with me. People want to think about Bison, they think about this player, they think about this player.
La prossima di Gico la vedremo in streaming, ok, perfetto.
That's what I love about these games.
Yeah, definitely. So, it's a...
What I'm thinking about is our next top 16 winner side match.
Okay.
Ras versus MBR.
Ah, vabbè, sti cazzi.
And I don't think I've seen Ras for a while, actually. So this is very interesting to see.
Match straniero questo.
Really interesting.
He always shows up for World War.
Well, there we go.
Making insane insults and then disappearing for a year, Wow.
I mean, I gotta respect that.
DJ as well.
You're fighting for the big bucks.
Secondo me vince NBR.
Saying that, because this is important, so we'll see.
Cioè, oddio, sto Ras è strano, perché in Ranked tu non lo becchi mai. Ricompare solo quando ci sono i tornei. E quindi non sai come cavolo gioca. Anche se con DJ c'è poco da improvvisare, in realtà. No, c'è un motivo per cui usa il DJ rosa. Io ho i dati, conosco tutti. Ho passato troppi anni in sta community.
MBR is waiting for the opportunity again. Level 1? No, he doesn't go. Yeah, I think he's got enough help to play with Beer Band.
Oddio,
okay, that's fine.
non aveva la carica.
Whole screen to work with still.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you
Ginocchio nel petto. Si prende il primo round.
Dishing out the damage there, but when you have that much screen from behind,
Giusto. Tutto giusto.
You can play it a bit more safe.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meaty slide, the backdash. Again, the funky slicer.
Bravo NBR.
Honestly, obviously, especially when your opponent is in burnout, leaving you closer is more beneficial.
Quale sarebbe il motivo? È un giocatore LGBT.
Again, double air slashes as well. I like that. No parries from MBR so far for the air slashers.
He's in a controlling position now, if anything. Life lead, and he's just making Ras make... If he makes one mistake, he's going to capitalize. This is what we're going to see.
I do like the fact that MBR hasn't gone for those air fireballs, because I do think that DJ has a pretty good time in challenging that with the slide, for example. So
bravo, bravissimo. L'ha giocata proprio bene qui. NBR usa Akuma dai tempi di Street Fighter 4. È vecchio quanto me.
Demon Guillotine, the overhead, obviously a very strong tool. Getting those nice plus frames as well.
Yeah, definitely. NBR having that first game, really key to that momentum. Of course, versus 2 still. Nice little chunk of damage there.
That's gonna be a nice punish there with the standing light kick. I think he could have possibly gone.
No, col cazzo, lo sei messo. Ci sto bene così, ti ringrazio. Ma poi, tra l'altro, se io partecipo, chi lo copre il torneo?
Trying to get more damage, because getting that punish is more crucial than how much damage you're gonna do with that punish.
Sure. MBR looking very comfortable against this DJ in this matchup. Like, I know you said that you thought they might lean towards DJ, but right now it's not looking that way for MBR.
A nice challenge as well on that dry rush situation from EXPP there. MBR, empty jumping as well, kind of checking Ras's reactions here.
Yeah.
Ma a parte Garnet ci sono altri italiani in winners, mi sa di no.
For sure, because obviously if you do not do a jump in normal, the back heavy kick will probably whiff. It was a nice anti-air slide, by the way.
Yeah, and we've got level 3 almost on deck here. MBR looking rather solid to take the set right now. Ras needs to do something, and do something quick.
Quindi praticamente il loser bracket è la tana degli squali con tutti gli italiani dentro adesso. È morto, è finito.
Oh.
Jump in lands, and that's definitely gonna kill, because
è un po' fuori forma Ras. MBR invece è impressionante.
so much damage. I feel like the tail of the tape there for
Il giocatore più forte con cui sei riuscito a vincere una partita, un set? Ah, vabbè, tutti i top europei praticamente. Di giapponesi non ho giocato molto con i giapponesi. Forse quando ho battuto Ryan Hart in Money Match in Street Fighter 4 al suo picco massimo, in cui vinceva, era appena tornato, penso proprio dal CEO, aveva appena vinto il CEO in America, viene a Roma e ci vince fondamentalmente in Money Match. Poi mi risfida e vince lui. Purtroppo hanno cancellato tutte le tracce di quel match. Perché stavo sulle balle allo streamer italiano che streamava l'evento e cancellò tutti gli archivi.
UK and Ireland. You could be entering next week's World Warrior UK and Ireland number 2 event.
C'è sempre stato questo dramma quando c'ero io di mezzo. Come sto? Bene, un po' caldato sinceramente, fa un caldo bestia. Ma io non faccio niente per farmi odiare, cioè io esisto semplicemente.
So obviously, during the same weekend, we are going to be having the second ranking event for the region Germany, and that is going to be on Sunday, 7th of July, the same time. And if you are a part of this region, obviously you want to be attending, and you can do that already. And you can see the World Warrior Tournament schedule here as well. We are right now at the 30th of June, so obviously some of these are crossed over already, but there are bound to be more World Warrior events during July, so obviously Premier Street Fighter gourmet matches all around the summer. So that's one thing that I just enjoy about these months, is that we're going to be having that consistent weekend events, and the action is gonna be great for
get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, for a long time from this moment.
Awesome. Of course, the Kings of the World event there. Just a 40 minutes train ride, lucky for me. I'm so happy. But of course, for some of you might, maybe a little flight to get here to London. Good old London. It is very nice. And of course, I can't wait to meet many of you that will come here, you know. Take you to some nice dessert spots, all right? And some nice food places. We'll do that. But make sure you come down for the unofficial last chance qualifier here. It is the very last offline event for the Capcom Pro Tour of 2024 season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing so much. There's so much happening. And
avere un carattere forte non è però un buon motivo per odiare gratis. Vabbè, ci sono delle persone che stanno sulle balle a pelle, evidentemente io sono uno di questi. Non è che ci posso fare niente.
Such a great tight-knit community, right? For one, because a lot of people they're familiar with each other, or you know, also.
Esattamente, Simon.
You just see them shine. I hope you enjoyed today. But it's just seeing people shine, you know, have their moment, you know. You see like a new winner almost every year for certain tournaments, or you know, there's no one always consistently at the top. There's always someone ready to challenge.
Yeah. Also, shoutouts to Ryan definitely for the raid, and also for his YouTube content. He makes tutorials about different fighting games. So
eccolo Garnetto, ecco Garnetto, attenzione, per la top 8 ragazzi. Garnetto per la top 8, Garnetto for top 8. Volete full screen ragazzi? Per questa top 8?
I'm ready for it with Salty Kid. Beautiful into that OD unit drop.
No, Chia, tu non conti. Conosco già il tuo parere, chiedo agli altri.
And this is death, surely. Come on, one more throw. Yes, he does it.
Salty Kid non è fortissimo, però Kimberly è un bel problema per Dalsim. Full screen della cam. Del match,
look at this. Salty Kid taking a demanding first round.
I like also just holding out the parry in these moments, because if you're just gonna be going for those fireballs, you kind of want to show your opponent like, I can just sit here and parry as well. Like, you gotta be switching up.
Sì, la mia faccia rimane. Soltanto l'overlay va via.
And right now, switching up the tempo is Garnet. I love this because one thing is that Darcy can be aggressive, just like his SF5 rendition, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
bravo Garnet. Chiudila, non fare Lenskar. Sta facendo Lenskar. Però dai, ce l'ha fatta. Stavolta l'avarizia ha pagato.
deal out a heavy amount of damage. I don't think any other character has that kind of aerial pressure or aerial shimmies the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Madonna, ma
definitely.
che sta
Loving
succedendo?
this pressure, this one-stop pressure right now. Looking very comfortable is Salty Kid, making him work hard.
Check on.
He's got to be a bit careful of the run slides as well. You know.
Mi sa che ha
That
perso.
was such
Sì,
a
ha perso.
sweet pickup from the air for
Oddio,
Salty Kid.
ce la fa,
They're
sì.
gonna go for the level 2 and that is most likely gonna kill actually. Damn.
Allora, fatemi
First game
vedere.
goes to Salty Kid. Just managing to squeeze out those the damage where it was most relevant.
Che succede?
Oh, might take a
maybe
moment here.
Yeah, might take a moment. I haven't seen Garnet play any other characters, so I'm not sure if they.
I think they've got
Voilà.
a if I'm not mistaken.
Vi
but,
piace di più
you know,
così?
one thing I just want to point out
Aspetta
is
che mi
that,
zoom un
okay,
po'.
it's taking a moment, but actually to slow your, don't have to take a moment for yourself necessarily, but to slow your opponent down as well.
That's good,
Salty Kid is feeling
especially
himself.
yeah, especially like heavy.
Ve gusta di
offensive
più
moments
così.
from characters like Kimberly who can just kind of feel really good.
Il problema è che così la mia faccia
managing
copre le
to get
barre,
that kind
capito?
of a mix-up game going. You wanna kind of throttle the breaks there.
You're absolutely
Definitely
right.
going to still be playing that Dawson, the premier character of Garnet. Obviously, love to see that.
Dai Garnet, non farti intimorire dai belga, che saranno pure bravi a fare le birre.
Between characters if like they're not on the same level, even when it's a
Mi sa che gli serve un counter pick per Kimberly. È troppo veloce per darsi questo personaggio.
okay, big punish counter jump in. The drill landing as well.
Bella, buona, ha avuto un po' di fortuna Garnet, ci può stare. Ci può stare.
Potential reset there.
Yeah, looking comfortable for his battle. That was a very risky slide. I have to point out, but great confirm from it.
I think Kimberly players are just inclined to go for some of those risky kind of gambles here and there because I think the character gets a lot out of those situations. So you're kind of inclined to play that kind of a gambler
Non ha punito
style
bene.
of a game.
Adesso ha punito bene.
Yeah, you know one thing is right. You know her slide, if you get a counter hit on it, you actually still negative, so Kimberly can still lose slide interactions.
Nice, perfect parry.
Pensare che Rap su questo l'aveva quasi buttato fuori. Aveva fatto un grosso favore a
On
Garnet.
that move. Sometimes those perfect parry situations can be very ambiguous if it's a multi-hit move because sometimes you can just instantly go for a cancel of your own, but sometimes like the counter.
Quanto è brutto sto matchup per Dalsim, È morta, è finita. Naggia.
So it can be really tricky, but Salty Kid actually gonna take this top 16 winners match and just as we were talking about it, super fast. I think this is a great matchup for Kimberly, or at least it seems like that. Salty Kid making the right reads, taking the right gambles, and
Vabbè, non è detta l'ultima parola, dai. Il problema è che adesso in loser si elimineranno tutti tra loro gli
Salty
italiani.
Kid, I'm really impressed with him. Really impressed with him, and shout out to him. He is, yes, OD. I mean, he definitely is showing some serious work with Kimberly right now. You know, we don't get much Kimberly representation, right? It's a very niche character.
È che Kimberly non tanto te la studi.
Center Capcom can't qualify players into losers.
Well, and that's a testament to how good he is. He came top 8 at Brussels Challenge.
Sì, Dalsim è
and now
difficilissimo.
top 8 in, you know, the very first Europe West World Warrior. I'm looking forward to seeing what other damages he could create here.
E adesso tutti gli italiani in loser però.
Discussed before, I think Kimberly is a great tournament character because the potential upsets she can make and like the
Vabbè,
potential
sicuramente qualche italiano arriva in top 8 almeno.
Yeah. Your opponent, like you can get your opponent like very deep into their own heads with the different decisions and kind of
Garnet contro Gico, che palle.
It can feel really impossible.
I really agree.
Vabbè, ma
And this is the
stavolta
thing that that's what she excels right because in
Stavolta non
extended
c'è colpa
sets,
degli
she can do very
organizzatori.
well. No, I've seen a few sets where you know first to 10 with Kimberly in there, but once the
È passato
shenanigans are
dove?
figured
In
out, or
top
once the
8?
kind of set play is figured out from a particular player.
Ah, contro Akram,
the
sì,
opponent
vabbè, ma
catches
non
on.
avevo
So,
dubbi
like
che se
you're
lo
saying, in
mangiasse
tournament
Akram.
settings, she does quite well actually.
Yeah.
So
Characters like her and Manon, for example, kind of underappreciated, go under the radar. Obviously.
Quindi paradossalmente l'unico italiano in top 8 è Enskar.
I do agree with that, but
Vediamo.
in these tournaments you can never count any character out.
Gico Garnet, Ras Semensac, Enskar è passato. Shu sta aspettando il perdente tra Xerna e 5 mascelle.
We have MBR who's also on the winner's side of top 8. We have Salty Kid just beating out.
Meno male che è passato Akram e non Mexas.
The top 8 and we still have on the winners quarterfinal sides.
Che hanno deciso di mandare Gico Garnet.
So that's gonna be Jury versus Ken most likely, and obviously on the losers round they have been advancing to the round 2 side, so we will still be seeing. I see also Chu there. Shout outs to Chu as well, who was also featured on Capcom Fighters Sets program, plays Blanca. So I'm happy they showed up. Because,
I'm a big fan of Chu.
Yeah, I'm sad that I haven't seen Libro play.
È vero, non c'è il librone.
I love seeing some Marisa. I love seeing
Non c'è il librone.
I don't. I tell you that.
So last match of top 16 winners side. 5-Jaw versus Zera.
Yeah, and just before we get into that game, right? Garnet versus Duco, Cammy versus Dalsim. Another bad matchup technically for Dalsim, I assume.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to see when we see that on stream afterwards. But Zerna versus 5-Jaw. Zerna, of course, another top 8er from Brussels Challenge, and he's done particularly well. He done, I think, he got his results here. He came first in the very second and the third EU West World Warrior last year. So he did very well in results. 4th in the regional finals. Now, Zerna's shifted from Kimberly completely to Jury now. He did play Kimberly, I believe, at that time. So Jury, of course, like we said earlier, under the radar, still a strong character.
Very, very solid character. Can kind of halt the gameplay. She has the defensive capabilities to do that, but also has one of the premier drive rushes in the game. Can obviously go for some very powerful shimmy and throw loop options in the corner, or at least near the corner. So she is definitely a very, very strong candidate for this season, especially as the overall power level got reduced. She did not get touched.
He got some love, if anything, but look at that. Zerna setting the momentum, and this is something he's really good at, right? I love his walk shimmy game, right? Because he is very good at clipping those lows for himself.
And that throw range sometimes just throws you off completely. Jury did have fantastic throw range in Street Fighter V as well. In this game, it does seem as equally as surprising that her throw range is very, very good.
Nice.
Garnet ha perso con Salty Kid, mannaggia i lupi.
Well, if you're not taking, I'm going to keep throwing, right? And that's
Absolutely.
what you should be doing.
And take the throw, Quody. Yeah, that works.
No, don't take it. Yeah, challenge.
It works to some degree, because obviously there's calculated risks that you're going to be consistently taking that 1,200 damage or whatever it is, the exact amount. But sometimes you just got to challenge those throws, because you can't let your opponent get that consistent damage over and over and over again, even though there's a risk on trying to challenge the throw.
Great tech there, finally challenging that throw with the tech.
That EX projectile from Jury is so good. Even though she gets hit, it is still out on the screen. We're gonna be going for the Feng Shui engine here, and gonna be burning out the meter from 5-Jaw here.
Bravo, 5 mascelle.
Goes for the
Bravo.
level 3. Very nice. Answers back. There was a gap, and I will turn.
Yeah, he's turning away, making some butter.
Yeah.
And
if there's a gap, there's a way.
Absolutely. And out of burnout now. Zerna on the back foot. Good parry.
Looks very good. Gets that overhead and just goes to the front. I think that was a misinput, and unfortunately, 5-Jaw pays for that misinput, if that was one, because it certainly looked like that. If going for the raw run like that.
You know, Zerna capitalizing as well on mistakes. It's really important to keep an eye out for if your opponent is making any mistakes as well, because you've got to capitalize.
Yeah, the tough thing is that you don't have much time to kind of go through in your mind those mistakes you made, because
E a questo punto dico Xerna contro MBE, contro Takamura.
Like, you might not have that time to go through those mistakes. You just gotta keep playing.
No.
Nice, beautiful.
Blocking here, clearly 5-Jaw. For trying to answer
bella
block
questa.
strings and the drive impact to just go through anything 5-Jaw through out there. Nice awareness from Zerna. His projectile with scan just working very, very well for Zerna there. Have to respect that. Whether it's on the screen.
Yeah, definitely. Level 3 on deck here. We might even see some Feng Shui engine come into play here. If he gets a connect, yeah, look at that.
LOL.
He doesn't care.
For the level 2 or anything, because there's Yeah, there's so much cancel time in that double hitting normal. Like you just can throw it out there if you don't see a challenge, and then you're just basically looking for a single hit confirm, and that is easy for someone like Zera. Oh my goodness, and just look at the jump loops right now, and Fivejaw is in a crazy pickle, and the long range overhead there managing to seal the deal. Damn, that was a rough clinic that Fivejaw had to go through.
You know what that was, right?
Sì, sì, la formula è la stessa di sempre, non solo della scorsa edizione.
For example, the double hitting normal. Because if he's not ready to whiff punish it, I'm gonna keep doing
quello
it.
Di
I'm gonna get the
Tekken.
connect, and I'm gonna
Ma non c'è quello di
it.
Tekken.
You've got to be ready.
No, Askin, come ho già penso puntualizzato qualcosa come 25-30 volte, io non voglio fare tornei. Penso di averlo. Penso che sia la cosa che ho detto di più in stream negli ultimi 6 mesi. Sono sorpreso dal fatto che debba ripeterlo ogni santa live. Devo fare un comando chat per questa cosa.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know,
E infatti la devo ripetere, prima di ogni torneo sta cosa. Ah, il CEO, no, ma finisce troppo tardi il CEO per me.
Because that's free damage on my end, right?
Exactly.
Quello sì, Jimmy, è la stessa cosa.
There we go, Zera. Really assertive game there. Unfortunately for Fivejaw, but Fivejaw still in it. He's still with an opportunity. Now in on that loser's side. We are going to get one more game after we get into that top 8. Of course, the Matt Torino guys, we are on $75. Thank you so much to Hellrider, who has been contributing $20 here. Hellrider, a phenomenal.
Il motivo è che non voglio fare tornei.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the previous.
Non penso serva un motivo ulteriore.
But let's see, $75, 50 cents. We can definitely get to that top 2 payout. $100 guys, of course, and top 3 payout $150. Codes are remaining as well, so we've done very well so far.
So we have. Sorry.
That's alright. No, I was going to say we've done really well, but hopefully we can hit that top 2 payout.
Yes, indeed. So it is very close.
We have news from losers, and we have only one more game to stream from losers side. So. Italian Clash.
Quindi streamano Garnet Gico.
Also Raz did beat Siemens Edge, is now in top 8 losers, and Hansar did beat Akram, is now in top 8 losers as well.
Vabbè, Tore, c'è qualcuno che non l'ho ancora sentito.
Alright, well, there we go. It's
non c'è bisogno di agitarsi.
From Satch, you know, unfortunately for him, not quite making.
Semplicemente lo ribadiamo.
Well enough to get top 12, top 16, of course, all get points for making it that far. Out of a bracket of 90 people as well, we said of you know, it's really key to get those results, get those standings as high as possible, because the top 3 do count for yourself.
Yeah, and obviously shout outs to
sì, sì, ma infatti c'è sempre fortunatamente ricambio nello stream, questa è una cosa molto positiva. Ora fanno Gico Garnet, mi sa.
Just showing up and representing their own region, obviously. I mean, these events are nothing without the players registering for these events. So
yeah, absolutely. And
show you can't have a show without the players.
Well, that's right. Absolutely.
Really, Ovaha? You sure about that?
I think so.
He's gonna end the stream right now.
You're fired, my man, for that one.
He's gonna press the stop streaming button any second now.
I don't think I said anything that controversial to do that kind of to have that kind of a reaction. Anyways.
Of course, you know, Vita's always holding it down.
You said something so obvious that it kind of hurt my brain. So, you're getting fired for that one.
All right. I'll take that.
Nice knowing you, Vaha. But hopefully you can stay with me for this next set. Geeko versus Garnet. A run back of...
Eccoli là.
Absolutely, it is Italian classic, as one of the viewers mentioned in the chat. And of course, Garnet actually taking this...
Real Madrid, Barcellona, dalla community italiana. Vabbè, io sospendo il giudizio. Non tifo per nessuno in realtà. Quindi la guardiamo e basta. Non parteggio per nessuno.
Only the best, and also attending all these online brackets just definitely like goes to show that they're putting in all the work during this competitive season, because we are already
imparziali. Purtroppo uno dei due andrà a casa.
this. Great oppression.
Questa è una sconfitta un po' per tutti,
Burnout.
diciamo.
Taking the moment, beautiful stretch of the limb right there. Coming closer, pow, get the kneecaps.
Yes, indeed.
Vabbè, ma qui è colpa dei giocatori, eh. Altre volte uno dice, ma hanno messo tutti gli italiani insieme, stavolta non c'è responsabilità. Se siamo vicini alla top 8 e tutti gli italiani sono in loser, è ovvio che si beccano. Se invece sono tutti insieme nel girone, e allora c'hai ragione a lamentarti.
Indeed. Yoga float there. That was very interesting because actually, if he went for level 3, I'm pretty sure that would have caught that yoga float on recovery.
Si è inventato una roba stranissima. Gico, ma è andata. Pum, pum. Nel contatore sub c'è scritto a 700 sub partecipa ai tornei. Allora, 1 siamo a 520 sub e 2 c'è scritto tornei italiani. Questo non è un torneo italiano.
You got a point to prove, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now, oh, he keeps teching and that yoga float is going to navigate all around that.
That yoga float is so powerful against
again.
These, yeah, these early techs from these players, they're really costing Geeko at this point.
Per tornei italiani intendo quelli che sta facendo Fighters Network. Fighters Network ogni 2 settimane fa un torneo il mercoledì. Mi riferivo a quel torneo.
Completely in control right now. Geeko really has to find an answer and quick.
Yeah, like you don't have much time. You don't have the luxury of time at this point. Obviously, Akami, a very strong character for running that corner game, especially, but has very consistent mid-screen Oki here. But Geeko doesn't get really anything started right now, and Garnet is just controlling the neutral.
Beh, non c'è molto da dire in realtà.
Yeah, absolutely. His first 2 as well, mind you. This is set point for Garnet.
Yes, indeed.
This is a very
si avvicina minaccioso. Livello 3, quasi morto. Sì, Shinobi, ne trovi uno su YouTube. Peccato che purtroppo la finale sia tagliata. Ho fatto un torneo di cross tech e l'ho vinto. Torneo ufficiale Capcom italiano. Guarda che porcello! Porcellino Gico alla fine. Vabbè, però giustamente era morto, non poteva fare niente. Vabbè, raga. Niente.
Premeditated anti-air. Obviously, you can't really just throw it out. It has a fair bit of startup, but Garnet just had the read there, obviously, and like didn't really feel too pressed in that moment because Geeko was burnt out in that moment, didn't have any meters, so obviously a very, very favorable position for Garnet, and just managing to squeeze that out, managing to get into the top 8 from the loser's side, obviously good work from Garnet.
Yeah, just anticipating, right? That jump, great stuff there. And Garnet looking like he made that quite an easy one for himself, right? Very comfortable with the hardest of matchups that people would consider. So this is where you might start as a player, right? You work on those really difficult ones and make sure they're not difficult for you anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what clearly Garnet has done.
So this means we have our top 8, except for one match as 5-Jaw and Chu still playing it out. Right? Yeah.
All right.
So here we have it.
There we go.
Indeed. So obviously, while we look at the bracket, we do have still on the winners side we have.
Quindi Hansar, Garnet. Ah, peccato che adesso. Cavolo, adesso c'è Chu che se vince va contro Garnet.
That's gonna be interesting actually because Zera also, like you said previously, Ruzu, has also played Kimberly in the past and might possibly pick Kimberly up again.
Yeah.
So
Peccato.
familiar with the character.
Yeah,
that goes a long way.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
When you're going up against characters like Kimberly.
One thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna like repeat on the fact that if you are familiar with those unfamiliar characters, that goes a long way in a tournament environment.
Yeah, definitely.
Takamura è il favorito a questo punto.
Because like you said, they know each other in terms of the character, but Jury does very well against Kimberly. I think it's probably one of our worst matchups, personally. Just because of the relentless pressure we've seen Jury can really assert herself by doing.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
With that medium punch, oh my, honestly.
Yeah.
I see it in my dreams. All my nightmares more.
È meglio che vada avanti Chu, anche se poi uno dei due deve uscire.
Hopefully something.
Almeno garantiamo un italiano in top 6. Sono tutti punti. Quindi diciamo che ogni step è importante. Ok, arriva Hansar adesso. Meglio Chu che 5 mascelle.
Yeah, that's going to be
obviously great variety of characters. Once again, I think this season has been like a testament to the character variety that this game has, because obviously you usually have the top 8 riddled with like almost all unique characters, so just goes to show that there's lots of different options to pick up in this game and do well with.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we'll see indeed, but of course the very first game will be Takamura and MBR. Ken versus Akuma. Both, of course, Takamura, like you said, another person that's familiar with Ken. So it's intriguing. It's intriguing. I don't know how. I couldn't
è sparito
how
Luke.
this will pan out and who will end up where, because they're all very strong in their own regards, and they all got very special things about how they play the game. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. I think Ken versus Akuma is an interesting matchup because I want to see how much.
Giora, che è un grosso difetto dei tornei organizzati dalla Saltmine. È un grossissimo difetto che hanno. Lo so che siete abituati tipo a Lolly the Best, no? Lolly the Best che è super veloce, super efficiente. Non è Lolly the Best questo. È uno dei motivi per cui tendo a non commentarlo quasi mai sto evento. Però stavolta c'erano gli italiani, sentivo di doverlo fare. Diciamo che in loro difesa è più difficile farlo online perché devi invitare eccetera eccetera. Ecco, Chu è uscito e Garnet c'ha Ken. Quindi niente, Garnet e Hansar.
You know, after a kind of a difficult defeat against Zera, right? But it just, that's how it pans out, and then there we go.
Dicevo, un conto è farlo offline, devi invitare la persona, eccetera, eccetera. Un conto è farlo online, scusate, offline, prendi la persona per la maglietta e dici devi giocare, tocca a te. Online non si presentano, problemi di connessione, eccetera, eccetera. Però comunque troppe pause. Forse ci siamo, dai. Ripeto, secondo me dovrebbero invitare a coppie. Così taglierebbero molto i tempi. Finisce la prima, parte la seconda. Anche perché è giusto farlo secondo proprio l'ordine del winner e del loser. Ma anche perché si vede che cercano di riempire, non sanno che cavolo dire.
More or less, well, you do have 2 games basically, or 2 tournaments to work with, to experiment, and allow that be a place to test the waters. But saying that, you still got to perform.
Starting top 8 winners side.
Ok.
MBR versus Takamura.
Right, let's get into this. Is a classic matchup, Akuma versus Ken.
Bello sto match. Interessante. Ah, quindi è tutto FT3 adesso.
Oh, I love the perfect parry into that butt for walking forward. He's not afraid.
Adesso Garnet ti insulterà, se va a perdere anche lui. Ma quindi winner e loser tutte FT3.
Equally as important to see that MBR will be tackling those swift crouching medium kicks, for example, because obviously Akuma, one of those premium movement speed characters, so more inclined to get successful.
Bella sta whip punish.
Nice sweep, for example, that's already very good whip punish.
Yeah, indeed. I'm liking this from MBR here, looking to control
go
the
for the run
spacing.
DP.
Yeah. I think
Bellissimo.
you're right. Nice, gets a little touch there.
Bravo MBR.
This should certainly be the first round for MBR. And the thing is, right?
Flame definitely guaranteeing that is so much damage.
Yeah, and he paid the price for being in burnout there. This is sometimes a choice you have to make. Do I want to go into burnout, and will it cost me the round or the game?
And also MBR, one of those Akuma players who uses the forward medium kick as a switching tool more often compared to other Akuma players. I think that is still one of those underutilized normals that Akuma has, because that move can definitely, in some matchups especially, work like magic. Like it's just something like some kind of a stop sign for sure against characters who try to approach a little bit too happily against Akuma.
Yeah, indeed. Looking to... Oh! That was an opportunity just to throw there. He whiffed parried in your face. Now parry is more punishing in this game, right? If it is. So you've got to capitalize on those opportunities to walk up. You get all day to walk up and throw.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the extended hurt
Bravo.
as well.
Livello 3? Sì. Così ho burnout.
That is a very good level 3. Almost.
Furia!
Vuoto. Vuoto.
Come l'anima di Akuma.
This is his chance to capitalize.
Yeah, this looks really good for MBR. I think MBR in general is a player who does really well in these Shoto matchups. He's like a classic Street Fighter 4 player, like a veteran player, so he's very familiar with these matchups. And that fat hit. Oh my goodness, like in this game, neutral jumping fireballs is harder than ever because the hit
bravo.
fireballs
Tutto di bolle se l'è fatto.
Like they all have massive tails beneath. Like
they do. They're very horizontal, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Even with the standing fierce, that was actually a massive chunk of damage on that drive rush there.
Sarà lungo e sofferto questo match. Perché sti due si equivalgono.
Showing signs of life, like he's definitely not demoralized.
Yeah, but you know, Takamura capitalizing on his volatility of Akuma.
Che cavolo fa? Caccia di farfalle. Che cavolo ha fatto là? Gli abbiamo appena fatto i complimenti, si è emozionato. C'era una zanzara sullo stage, nella parte alta dello stage.
Yeah, we've seen a couple drops from MBI. It might be a little bit of nerves playing in here.
Of course.
And we don't want. I mean, it's hard to not let it take over. It's easier said than done.
Yes,
hopefully, we can get a grip on those quickly. Saying that.
Bella, unita. Overhead. Si scalcia. Bolla X, bolla. Bella questa. Ah, scalcia più di colliva sto Takamura.
Very consistently, but this might just be the change of the tempo here as Takamura gets a few throws for the overheading the Oki as well, starting to parry all these fireballs. Just like MBR and Akuma in general, like the movement speed is such a big deal here. Like obviously just walking Takamura into the corner. Right?
Si zona.
Yeah, with his phenomenal fireball pressure as well.
Yeah,
really assertive. I love it.
Bolla.
If I get the connect there.
Gets those mediums, but no hit.
Bellissima. Lo uccide? Lo uccide? Lo uccide?
Or def. This has to be def.
Yeah, slip a calamity.
Il pugno di lato.
Take that big old punch to the face. Knuckle sandwich.
Face.
Oh man, brutal.
Check if bro is still breathing.
A little bit. It looks like he is just about. And MBR trying to make it a 2-1. Of course, it's first to 3 now, guys. So we are in top 8
It is first to 3,
winners.
yes indeed, and it is also on the winner's side. So the loser does not instantly go home here. They are bound to play only first 3 sets for the rest of the day here, obviously. The back throw.
Sì, è bannato Bison.
Signs of life here, trying to establish control in the corner, but MBR being very proactive in defense.
Just get
Big jump.
I think that was a charge fire. He was trying to charge a fireball there.
Yes.
And fortunately for him,
V'ho detto, sto match è lungo. Sto match dura tanto.
that should be burnout. There we go. This is not quite checkmate because he's got level 1 to answer.
Sì, Bison è bannato perché è nuovo.
Tap, tap, pressure.
C'è tipo una regola che dice che i personaggi appena usciti sono bannati fino a penso 30 giorni.
Yeah, and a great OD fireball, meaty fireball there.
No, Luke è forte
Challenge level
ancora.
1 awake. No, if you woke up with level 1.
Yeah, meaty fireballs in this game are very strong, especially against characters who don't have a full like projectile invincible level 1s. Like for example, if he went for the level 1, obviously
Bella.
stuffed. Reaction there.
Yeah, sending it back to Sender here.
Yeah, goes for the maximum corner carry with the roundhouse, obviously on the drive impact hits.
Sì.
Empty jump as well, nice work. Goes for the heavy Tatsu.
Good stuff here. Great pressure, and he's done this earlier, right? He's controlling the space from the jump range.
Bravo.
He won't allow his opponent to jump out for free. And
That's so good. Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
I think that's really
Beh, insomma,
good with a
Room,
character like
questo Akuma gli sta dando filo da
close the
torcere.
gap with his movement speed. Obviously, whenever he wants, he can get in up close and personal. But if you control the jumping range, you guarantee that you don't get those awkward cross-cut situations where you get the damage, but the opponent gets out of the corner. So that's like a calculated risk for the guy that is jumping out of the corner, because you're willing to take the damage but get out of the corner at the same time.
Oh my, MBR very saying that as soon as I say that, he looks very strong for the round.
Back dash all'angolo.
The Oki at the level 3, that is going to be 1-1 on the rounds and 1-1 in the games. This has been super equal right now. Takamura obviously not one of those greedy players. He is gonna finish the plate here and just go for the max damage. MBR, however, has full 3 bars here. Might just go for that instant cash out. Doesn't go for that. Happens here. Drive rush instantly closing the gap here.
Ooh.
Takamura definitely like picking up the pace here, playing a bit more aggressive, trying to get a control. And there you see the EX Fireball, the classic into the dry rush, standing heavy punch.
No, ti rimette dentro. Bravo, bello.
Super good and actually gets the
battuto l'antimignale.
as well. Takamura completely in control here. Absolutely.
Sì, mai saltare lì, mai saltare.
Dragon Lash Flame sealed that game.
Raga, quando vi tirano il proiettile sul rialzo non dovete saltare. È finita sempre male in questo torneo. Anche con Wolf prima.
Now it's 2-1 and Takamura on a point of victory, just 2 rounds away.
That was such a beautiful like a 0 to 100 moment. Like he went from like a defensive play style to just straight up bullying MBR the last round there.
And that's what shows us why he's such a top tier player. That's why he qualified last year. So he's given us all the answers, all the reasons why, and giving MBR no answers for his question right now.
Just content at parrying the fireballs here. Takamura absolutely in control. MBR has a steep hill to climb here. Obviously has to work on.
Penso sia tutto FT3.
From Takamura, that was fortunate for MBR. The forward kick goes unchecked. Moment, but Takamura has control here, obviously just content.
Ha un po' tiltato MBR e Takamura adesso sta dilagando.
Didn't try to overexert himself in that moment, but he was happy to punish that wake-up reversal from MBR.
Indeed, and right now on the point of victory is Takamura looking to get into that winners finals.
Non prova mai a ceccare Takamura.
Throw here from MBR.
The back dash, the read from Takamura. Doesn't get the throw though.
Buona.
Nice, the snap kick, beautiful. Puts pressure on, lays it on thick.
This time the reversal hits though. MBR still not frightened to use that reversal.
Great TP there. Level 2 on deck for both players here. Really vital now for Takamura to close it out. He's on drive bar, but he's gonna
to clear the screen. MBR wants to have that space to work in the mid screen here. Gets the anti-air DP. Nice work. It's the crouching beat. There's been these mediums that have been like there have been no hit confirms on MBR's part, and that's unfortunate because he's leaving a lot of damage on the table here. The level 3, and that is definitely gonna kill. This is
finita.
HP, so I think this is actually gonna kill.
Done.
It is.
It's done. Oh my god, that was divine. He was ready for anything.
Vabbè raga, non mai stuzzicare Takamura sui riflessi perché sto drive impact se lo poteva risparmiare.
Oh man, that was fortunate. That was divine stuff from Takamura there. Really, like you said, right, the momentum, he picked it up, the pace of the game, and he really showed a certain effect, the most important of times. Wow.
Yeah, that was an incredible set. Obviously, Shoto mirrors are always kind of entertaining because you get into that classic Street Fighter of playing neutral, throwing projectiles, and closing the distance, getting that corner position, and just working your way around the mid screen, and just
wow.
Beautiful display from both players. Obviously, MBR still not done. Still gonna be waiting on the losers round, quarterfinals, I believe. And
yeah, and I think that was another thing that I wanted to pick up back on what you were saying about Akuma, the volatility of Akuma.
Yeah.
Right. Like we knew he had to take a couple hits, and that's it. It's done for him. But he's also very strong in the sense that he can really apply some good pressure. But MBR just let it come out of his hands just like that. It was just like sand.
Yeah. I think
Non so se hanno tipo degli accordi e devono tipo finire, devono fare un determinato numero di ore di lavoro durante un casting, perché veramente certe volte sembra che sono allungati sti spazi, perché all'inizio sono andati velocissimi, cioè della serie tu devi fare 6 ore di commento.
Transition into being an Akuma player, but obviously because of the character's volatility and the recent, or like the recentness of the character, he has been out for a one and a half months. That's not a really long time compared to like you playing Ken, for example, for 12 months. Exactly. That is a big difference.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. You can't pack a year's experience into 2 months. It really doesn't work that easily. But here we got Zera and Salty Kid. Okay, you know what? These two are some of my favorite players right here. And I can't wait to see some of the action they put in for us here. First to 3. And of course, I already mentioned earlier, it is a tricky one for Kimberly. So let's see if Salty Kid can make it happen for himself.
Yeah, you did indeed mention that this is one of the harder matchups for Kimberly. I could definitely see that with Yuri's normals and the fireball game kind of halting the advances from Kimberly, but Salty Kid has been making some incredible reads today, so I'm confident that he will make it competitive.
Oh, beautiful little set play there. Into that low forward, yes, he gets this.
Madonna, Salty Kid. Salty Kid!
Wow! And in burnout, he did that all in burnout, by the way.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Addirittura si gioca 2 barre.
We're gonna be getting that maximal corner carry here. And what's it gonna be on the block? Obviously a lot of jump-ins, and Kimberly, one of those characters, her anti-airs did get buffed, but like obviously answering something like Feng Shui, like
bravo, mamma mia come gliel'ha svoltata.
Is very difficult for characters without no true reversal.
Minchia come gliel'ha svoltata.
Oh, the stand short. That shows me he understands this matchup well. Just that stand short.
Yeah.
Punish from that Fuijin charge. Great stuff.
His throws here, the crouching fears actually from the drivers, managing to catch Zera off guard here. Here's the reversal we've been talking about. Just instantly back at it, not trying to let up Zera get any offensive momentum here, even while Burnout is trying to keep the offensive rolling, but now is forced to block in the corner against Yuri in Burnout.
No! Ah, cazzo, l'ha preso!
Get that level 1. Obviously has the can. Gonna use that. Still not gonna be killed.
Yeah,
that was really good. That is still deal.
Yeah, great stuff there. Great round there from Salty Kid.
Cioè praticamente Olanda e Belgio in questa top 8.
Of course you get to choose the bomb now, so you get more Oki, of course, if you're closer without it. But you know, it's a matter of choice. How are you gonna work around it?
That was like so close. You could easily thought that using the sprain can with that level 1 would have killed, but obviously left like just a slight amount of HP, and it's tough to call on those level 1s. Obviously, CA versus normal level 3 is easier to call because the damage difference is so different. But something like that, having a spray can and not using it or using it, that's much harder to call.
I Belgians.
Yeah, a nice round there from Zera. Take the first game. I'm liking that. He's using the Heisen kick unafraid.
Yeah.
He's constantly going for that leap.
Sliding under that jump in there. Nice and effortless.
C'è sto problema per Garnet adesso. Sto pensando che forse Kimberly è veramente il problema più grosso.
Standing fierce is so good probably in this matchup as well. Just covering that much distance, easy to hit confirm as well, and just gets that hit confirmed there. Nice work from Zera.
Sta dilagando. Kimberly in difesa fa abbastanza cagare. Il personaggio, non il giocatore. E quindi fa bene ad andargli addosso. Tutto Feng Shui, tra l'altro. Boom, burnout. E qua come ne esce? Non ne può uscire. Non può uscire. È finita. Non può uscire. Doppio Carlo.
Perfect for Zera. Wow. He does not care right now. This kid is incredible. Look at that. Salty Kid really feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, Zera is called a prodigy for a reason. Obviously, a very young person, but has all the talent and all the tournament results as well speak for themselves. One of those very strong players who has a bright future ahead of them if they just keep working as they have.
No, non ha un DP
Right now getting that sort of style. Let's see what the combo leads to. Yes, gonna get the... Oh my, the extension. Nice. Yeah, definitely.
Aia.
That's very risky. Yeah. I'm not sure if I agree with that. You put yourself into burnout now against the likes of Jury.
Sì, Feng Shui di nuovo.
Just as I say that, he uses it. There we go. Pressure is now
situation. On. Doesn't even matter if he doesn't get anything else out of the overhead, like a Fuha stock. Like, that's more than enough to work with.
Giusto.
Oh my god, the overheads just let them speak for themselves.
Zera is one of the best players with function engine that I've seen personally. He's really, really confident in how he uses it. He's unafraid of how he uses it. And he's showing us here a great masterclass in that function engine.
You could definitely notice the comfortability of not being afraid to use those tools.
Ma che è un cyborg, maledizione.
Or lead to like not really much of a reward. Like, that's just really impressive right now.
Absolutely. The windmill kick gets blocked there. Great stuff from Zera in burnout. Gets a sweep. Windmill kick.
Sbagliato?
Oh man, it just not.
Però è safe.
Or -1, sorry, that should be, if anything. Right,
senti, Zera, sono ancora dentro, ma sono tutti in loser. C'è Hansar e Garnet in loser.
Scramble right there. One more touch. Gets the low.
Nice empty jump as well.
Yeah. That is -1.
Hansar il prossimo e poi c'è Garnet.
She can do that pressure relentlessly.
Contro 5 mascelle.
Let's see. Suiki needs to get a game on deck. Zera on set point right now. Gets a beautiful throw.
Oh, nice backdash though. That's a hard read.
I love that bomb set.
Yeah, the guarantee set up there, making that hit Vagabond say.
Mamma mia. Livello 3?
Okay.
Livello 2, di nuovo. Ancora, continuiamo il pressing. Bravo. Avrebbe perso. No, ha sbagliato la combo.
That is super crucial. Gets the crouching fears though.
Giusto.
Level 3 here, making that 2-1 right now. Nice break for Salty Kid. That must feel so good in this situation. 2-0, making that 2-1. Obviously, still in it to win it. And this is the winner's side, so the winner is sitting nice and comfortable in this top 8.
Great stuff from Suiki there. Keeping composed. That was almost Zera's set to take, but
yeah.
Having an answer.
He looks so bad with the
double perfect
activating. Like,
and the double perfect might add, you know, that was a great game. That's a very heartbreaking game. To get double perfect is not. It happens often in this game, perfect, but not double perfect.
Yeah, it still feels bad regardless.
Si sta riprendendo sotto
only control the. You can only control it so much.
Perfect parry.
Feel bad, but how bad you're
adesso se lo porta verso l'angolo. Giù calcio medio, lo pesca di nuovo col drive rush. 1, 2, 3. Ah, cazzo, è nuovo questo, non l'ho mai visto.
Oh my, this is level 2. We're going to see level 2, surely. Yes, here you go. Bush and scramble.
Carlo?
This is
Verdone? No, semi-Carlo.
Like, obviously, when the reads are right, everything feels right.
Oh yeah, and he's making it matter. This is the thing about when we talk about the horizontalness of DPs.
È strano che non gli ha fatto la presa per metterla all'angolo. Io gli avevo fatto la presa. La la, bella! Eleganza. Delicatesse. Madonna, ragazzi! Ma perché si è burnoutato?
I love the offensive pressure right now.
Il Feng Shui adesso. Eccolo! Si balla? Si balla? Sì, è finita. No, però non è finita. Sono stati degli errori di valutazione. LOL? LOL? 840 drive impact.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, well, that is again set point for Zera. Level 3 almost on deck here for Salty.
Bravo, bella.
Into that 10, beautiful check from Zera.
I love how adamant Zera was about using that drive impact.
Giusto, lo pesca sulla mossa nata vuota.
Willing to go for the same guess multiple times. Just goes to show how comfortable you are with your own decisions.
Indeed, absolutely. Look at that, looking for punish counter here. Beautiful Shinkansen from that jumping in punch.
Corner carry as well. This has to pay for something, Zera. is looking really nice and solid here. The parry as an anti-air doesn't work. The check with the crouching jab doesn't get a combo though.
Finita, mi sa. Mi sa che è finita, sì, è finita.
Is in Zerna's favor in this case. That is the buff on the target combo. Managed to get the level 1 and Zerna takes it 3-1.
Sto Xern è pericoloso,
That was actually gorgeous there. Sakai wasn't taking that. That was a great back and forth.
Ok, adesso tocca agli italiani, ragazzi. Cioè prima Hanskar adesso mi deve far vedere come si checkano i drive rush di DJ. Ve lo ricordate Hanskar in chat l'altra volta, no? Ma è facile, si checkano facile, pugnetto, giù calcio piccolo, tutto a posto. Vediamo. Sì, però subito Red Ritus, subito il match. Aspettiamo 4 ore di nuovo.
And I kind of saw this coming, you know. Zerna, I feel, is a very strong player. Really.
Lo sto aspettando al varco, Enscarone.
We see that.
Yeah. Obviously, like previously stated, Zerna is one of those favorites to take it in this region at least, and obviously did showcase that adaptation skill, even though Salty Kid was making a really nice run for it. During the last moments of that set, obviously had some heavy offensive momentum going for their favor there. Zerna managed to keep the pack nice and solid and tight.
Yep.
Just incredible resilience shown.
Yeah, definitely. But also would be amazing, guys, I guess. You know, if we look at that match arena, we are $75.50. We haven't even claimed all our codes yet, guys. We're in top 8 now. So,
really?
Yeah, I know. It's a bit...
Damn.
Come on, guys.
So is Europe West actually the first region that doesn't reach the 150?
Oh, that's the question,
I think Europe West can do better.
We are in that last... Out of all the tournaments that Saltmine is doing this year, UK Ireland, Europe West...
Dai, andateli a fare sti coupon, raga.
Europe West, this is the first tournament of the World Warriors.
Oddio, in realtà non so manco io come si fanno, però
we of course
fate i
want to see
coupon.
some bit of touch of love in that.
Praticamente c'è un modo, in Italia non si può fare sta cosa. C'è un modo per contribuire al prize pool, ai soldi messi in palio, no? Però non ho capito come si fa, ma è gratis. In Italia non lo possiamo fare.
I believe we have 7 left, so that is barely nothing. Obviously you support the players and you support the scene by making that contribution, and it's absolutely free while we have those codes.
No, Hanskar, sono genuinamente curioso di vedere come checkerai tutti questi drive rush di DJ.
Not everyone's got oil money apparently. Like me, Vitas thought I had oil money, but I don't.
Sono voglioso di imparare, capisci?
We're gonna see Hanskar and Ras.
Adesso Hanskar li checca tutti, perché poi lo sa che deve tornare qui dopo il match. Lo sa che deve tornare qui. Non si scappa, si torna qui dopo.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't say on stream.
No, a parte gli scherzi si può fare. Ras si può fare. Lo vedo parecchio spompato, Ras. Bene, adesso ragazzi tenetevi forte che ci sono 2 italiani, uno dopo l'altro.
Almost on the cusp of 100 players, but that is, you know, what we need to see, right? We need to see great high number turnouts.
Tra l'altro DJ non ha un buon modo per battere la Hanskar, quindi teoricamente sarebbe anche a suo agio. Perché DJ male che vada ti fa la spazzatina e basta. E non ha un giù calcio medio drive rush DJ, capito? Ha visto che sono rimasti i coupon. Io voglio vedere una cosa però.
Getting the information beforehand, so it helps out everyone who is looking forward to that tournament. Obviously, something to look forward at the end of the year is also Kings of the World. That's going to be held at the Samsung KX.
Stavolta sta vincendo lo stream principale della Saltmine. L'altra volta vincemmo noi come numeri. Grazie Stane. Però è domenica pomeriggio per tutti. Questa è domenica di campionato, raga. Questo è il processo di Biscardi dei picchiaduro.
Oh yeah.
Buddies, obviously we don't have a last chance qualifier this year, so this might as well might be the last chance qualifier, because that is the last chance to actually enter into the Capcom.
Yeah, you can definitely meet Vitas there. Yeah, Vitas is a very tall man. I was very shocked at first. So,
Ci serve il Maurizio Mosca di turno, che potrebbe essere Colliva.
But Rias, of course, will be there. I'll be there, hopefully, and Vaha said he's coming down, so you know, it's nice to
La
meet
prossima volta
people,
chiamiamo
like,
Colliva a
see
fare
people's
Maurizio
names
Mosca.
and stuff like that. You meet them in person. It's like, oh, okay, you're that person.
Sì,
So
sono
it's nice
venuti
to
a
see
lamentarsi,
put
Simon,
faces to
però
names as well, right?
avevo preso le autorizzazioni preventivamente, quindi fondamentalmente si attaccano al cazzo.
Players, some that I really didn't assume I'd never probably meet in person. I don't really go to that many events nowadays, but it was a great time.
Ho parlato prima con Capcom e poi l'ho fatto.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be this year.
Anyway, top 8 loser side. Hansar versus Raz.
Okay, so
Dai, vediamo.
It's going to be Ed versus DJ.
Yeah.
Vediamo un po'.
And this is an interesting one, right?
Sì, è vero,
I
interessante
feel like
questo.
Kyorush has got the potential to kind of navigate around the air slashes, but
Attenzione, io sto a guardare i drive rush. Li contiamo.
tools, right?
Contiamo i drive rush.
You got
Uno.
juggling spray, we've got kill rush.
Vabbè, non vale perché c'è la
And
finta.
one thing that Ed is quite good at doing is not negating, the air slash.
Stava camminando indietro, eh. Lo ha preso col calcetto basso, stava camminando indietro. Lo avete visto tutti, eh. Buona, bravo. Minchia, doppio dash ed è riuscito a combattere.
First round goes to Ras, looking rather comfortable.
Bravo, perfetto.
Again.
Ok. Questo è gratis, purtroppo. Quella è la locomotiva di DJ. Bravo, bella. Che si inventa. Bravissimo, bella, perfetto. Pum, pum, pum. Sì, chiudila. No, non la chiude, mi sa. L'ha chiusa, buona. Pensavo non ammazzasse, meno male. Bella, giusto. Attenzione a drive rush. Eccolo.
He's being aggressive.
Ho detto che non lo checca. Ho detto che non lo checca. Attenzione al pattinaggio. Attento che pattina.
Nice.
Giusto. No, cazzo, poteva combattere lì. Se lo portava all'angolo con la livello 2. Ed era quasi burnout là. Vabbè, va bene. 2 non ceccati, eh. Bravo. Disjointed, dai. Desync. Eccola. È uscita. Vai. Dai che è tuo, è tuo. Bellissimo. Dai che adesso è carico a molla. Vai Giorgione, vai.
Make him a more viable character, like kind of opting Ed players to go for that.
Mi piace che i commentatori reagiscono freddamente, capito? L'avesse fatto uno straniero sarebbero esplosi, però esplodo io per tutti.
Yeah, definitely, and both looking for their entry, whiffing a button, and Ras making sure that he pays the price for that. Looking into the corner, pushing ever so much more in.
Punisci che ha meno 8. Ma può punire là, mi sa che manco può punire. Rovescia, bravo. Bravissimo. Dai che è quasi cotto. Dai che è cotto. Bravissimo. Bravo. Uno l'hai cercato, dai. Stand still. Bravo, peccato. Oddio, che cazzo ha fatto là.
Ok.
I like that. Like this is the whiff punish, but also willing to just go for the level 1 instead. Like
Chiudila. No, aveva chiusa là. Era vinta. Attenzione a drive rush.
Hansar.
Bravo. Carlone.
quick 2-0 for Hansar here. Nice. Love to see that, Ed.
Indeed, and Hansar, you know, regular entrant in tournaments. I've seen him enter quite regularly, and that seems to be paying off right here. Compared to Ras, who only shows up what Warrior is about.
Bravo, bel whiff punish.
Hansar is showing that
Pum, pum, pum.
is really
Vai.
working out for him here.
Bella.
That spacing from Hansar has really been.
No, madonna che culo. Madonna che culo
Spacing
lì.
out those crouching
Meno male.
kicks, for example, managed to get some nice combo starters off the bat here, but this is where Raz needs to make the
No, no, stai, non teccare, non vale la pena teccare con DJ. Pappati le prese, senza perri possibilmente.
The punish counter. Damage is definitely racking in the plus frames from the EX.
Aia, aia.
Good choice of reversal there. Trader blows.
Secondo me è un rischio questo. Bravo! Grande! Ma che cazzo ho fatto? Che cazzo ho fatto? Gli ha tirato la bolla nella super di livello 2. Questo non lo conosce Ed. Questo Ed non lo conosce. Siamo avvantaggiati. No, le ha sparato un proiettile. Bravo, grande. Ok, con calma, con calma. Gestisci, gestisci. Che questo ti lascia in faccia. Bella, pescalo. Pescalo, bravo. Chiudi facile. 1, 2, 3. Sotto. Bravo. Ah, peccato, la poteva chiudere. È finita, è finita. Minchia. Buona, buona, bella prova. Bella prova. 3-0 secco, tutti a casa.
Has to go and wait for the next World Warrior event, but obviously shout outs to Raz for a strong display, making it into the
Tre check, la chat.
strong players from this region that was very consistent.
Dai, 3 su 5, va bene. Va bene, va bene.
Raz play again.
Yeah,
very, very
definitely.
soon.
It's the first of 5 tournaments until that regional finals, right? So you got plenty of time to kind of review.
Ma non è finita, signori, perché adesso abbiamo Garnetto. Peccato che questi due debbano eliminarsi a vicenda se vanno avanti.
For the regional finals, only your 3 out of best placements are taken into consideration.
Abbiamo superato la Salt Mine. Il sorpasso è avvenuto. Adesso avete capito perché rosicano.
First place after all 5 events in ranking directly qualifies for Capcom Cup. But for regional finals, it's, you only need to have 3 good events. The other 2.
Vabbè, noi siamo sangue caliente. Siamo sangue caliente noi.
Well, there you go. You're right. Yeah, exactly.
Adesso devi finire l'opera, però, Hansar.
Win the other 3. Just have like first, second, and 7th or whatever.
Yeah.
Could be enough, you know.
I think that's really key to why you should enter every time if you can, right? Just regular consistency.
Certo che sono mummie, abbiamo scagliato uno dei favoriti.
And hopefully results will appear for the players that are, you know, obviously looking to get them.
Ok, adesso c'è Garnet contro 5 mascelle. Ti dirò pure... Ah no, quindi non si becca con Garnet. Ottimo, ottimo. Guarda, anche Salty Kid si fa, Hansar, si fa. Onestamente Ras penso sia più forte di Salty Kid. Vabbè Simon, che ti devo dire? Che ti devo dire? Noi siamo sempre l'underdog. Dovete considerare questo. Gli italiani sono sempre l'underdog.
Control over the Shotos in different matchups. Obviously, Ken does a little bit better than against Dalsim than Ryu, for example, because Ken has that corner carry and kind of doesn't have to play that.
Allora, dobbiamo essere onesti. Il problema è che parte tutto questo discorso, questo dramma, parte da un presupposto che in un certo senso può anche essere corretto. E cioè che se la gente non guardasse da me, non fosse da me perché io non sto streamando, guarderebbe lì. Ma non è vero. Perché qui la gente, qui vengono gli italiani a tifare Italia. Non tutti gli italiani si papperebbero lo stream in inglese. Anzi, meglio per loro perché gli dà più visibilità. Secondo me a loro fa bene sta cosa. Ok, dai Garnetto. Purtroppo questa è la bestia nera di Garnetto. Ken è difficile per Dalsim e per Garnet in particolare. Vediamo quanto si è allenato nel matchup.
nice already displaying the run into the Dragon Lash, obviously a different version of the move when you do it from a run cancel.
Ma infatti tra l'altro parlare in italiano è bannato. Cioè se provi ad andare a parlare in italiano là dentro ti castigano immediatamente. Giustamente, perché è uno stream in inglese loro. E quindi gli italiani dove possono parlare se no? Italia-Svizzera, raga, tra l'altro. Italia-Svizzera. Qui ci dobbiamo rifare degli europei,
Oh my.
Nice work of that heavy punch as well. Nice usage.
Definitely. Anonymous cusp of burnout. Big jump in.
Che culo quel salto.
Snap kick. I like that. Goes for that.
Sì, ma 5 mascelle si fa
Also
comunque.
like the overhead as well.
Cioè, teoricamente si fa.
Making the most out of those
Nel senso è abbordabile come avversario.
probing around what the
Tanto ha tutto il tempo per studiarselo Garnet. Un FT3 la deve prendere con calma.
that early information, which is very crucial.
No.
Actually getting that EX fireball just goes to show how incredibly strong that tool is still to this day. Obviously, when you combine it with the dry rush, you get that full instant, full screen clear on the projectile department and getting that gap closer instantly as well. Managing to get a pickup as well.
Bella, bravo.
Beautiful slide under the fireball right there. And Five-Jaw's looking to just kind of make, this is like a data game, right? The first game is a data game.
Purtroppo se giochi in Europa a livello competitivo, Ken lo devi conoscere.
Yeah, and sometimes, why not go with the swing of things? Just go for
Perché è ancora popolarissimo in Europa sto personaggio.
But yeah.
The Yoga Blaster, I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Maybe baiting out the jump in from a Five-Jaw.
Per dire, in Giappone sta venendo lentamente sostituito da Kuma, ma in Europa è ancora popolarissimo. La sta impostando molto calma Garnet, come è giusto che sia. Là! Bellissimo. Ne è valsa la pena di fare la livello 3. Grazie Zagar. Quasi burnout. Quasi, quasi. Quasi, l'ho quasi acchiappato. Dai che insaccoccia, dai che insaccoccia. Bella perfect parry. Arti allungabili. Oh, bravo. Lo pesca, lo pesca. Bracket singolare, bello. Non plurale. Bellissima. Wow, che coraggio. Bravo Garnet. Buona. Bravissimo. Ok, sì. Bruciali un po' di barra. Barra drive. Bravo. Non si scalcia con Garnet. Pensi di sta a 100 celle, non si scalcia.
Yeah, it's a very, very fun interaction, at least spectator-wise. Obviously, playing against that.
Bravo! Gli tende la mano, gli dice vieni.
Very, very clear, distinguished we need to make there.
But he's Garnet, not making it fun for Five-Jaw. He takes the very first game, despite Five-Jaw taking the first round there. Beautiful axe kick right there from the OD.
Bravo, a caccia di farfalle. A caccia di farfalle.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Just a bit too slow.
Bella shimmy.
Read on the teleport recovers in time, and the Yoga fireballs are coming out again. He is not afraid now. Yoga fire all day, every day, according to Garnet. And the thing is, Five-Jaw's got to find a way to close the gap.
Sì, quasi, 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 quasi. Mamma mia, come mi fa godere queste perfect parry.
Nice.
Tra un po' la applaudiamo su Pornhub sta partita.
Indeed. Little tag there. Again, dry rushing in, and he's just getting away every time we teleport. Every single time. He's not necessarily baiting the teleport either. Maybe go for a run up, just turn around and switch the situation. Good DP.
Nice DP, yes indeed.
È lunga, raga. Non si può festeggiare ancora. La strada è lunga ancora. Giusto. Bruciamolo un po'. Al sangue. Si passeggia. Bravissimo. E burnout? Burnout. E anche l'ha dato mago volendo. Guarda che balla la Macarena, Dalsim. Giusto. 2-0, 2-0. Match point. Ricordiamo che chi arriva prima a 3 in top 8.
Made some adjustments in the late minutes, but he's running against the time here.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a first.
A caccia di farfalle di nuovo.
In the top 16 or top 32. Moving in pools, right? But this is now your opportunity to kind of make something.
Sì, così.
But Garnet is not letting him breathe now. He is relentless. Again, just dry rush approach, but he stops to take a moment.
Tienilo a distanza, sì.
Oh.
I don't think he's ready for the drive meter depletion that Garnet is just.
Blast.
You can't just let Dalsim play this
Yoga Blast.
zoning without any retaliation, because otherwise Dalsim is just going to deplete your meter in an instant and you might not even notice how fast.
Bravo, non si mette verso l'angolo, lì era troppo pericoloso.
Finally gets an entry, finally gets to get in against him, but just lets him get away.
Di nuovo a caccia di farfalle. Si è fatto una collezione, 5 mascelle. Collezione di farfalle. Peccato per la Perry. Non sa che pesci prendere ormai. Si è burnoutato da solo. Beh, un bel regalo. Siamo ancora a giugno, ma è già Natale qui. In Svizzera è già Natale. E infatti, a posto, a casa. Ci ha vendicati dall'europeo. Questi sono gli italiani che contano, non quelli della nazionale di calcio.
Yes, definitely. And you know, Garnet, of course, another qualifier from last year. So, you know, there's no feel of defeat too much, you know, necessarily, because against someone who's qualified and been there, done that. So he's looking to.
Ma adesso gioca Hansar di nuovo.
This year and showing some great Dalsim play right there. You know, he looks very comfortable in that Ken matchup. And one other thing is that Fajr just maybe didn't understand the matchup necessarily as much as he would have liked to.
Yeah.
He really struggled to kind of navigate around all those extended limbs, the yoga arch, the yoga fires.
Yeah, that is very true. But obviously, shout outs to Fajr for the great display tonight.
Oh, che bella performance dell'Italia in questa top 8. Ora tocca a Hansar, credo, no? Tra altri 3 quarti d'ora di talk. Vabbè, oh raga, alle brutte vado a cena. Magari mentre gioca qualche straniero mi prendo 10 minuti. Ve lo lascio attivo lo stream.
World Warrior, UK Island, and 2 guys, my region, it is. I had the pleasure and the privilege to commentate last time, and I can't wait to see some more phenomenal action in this region. We have some amazing players, and if you are one of those amazing players, make sure you sign up, because registration is open for next Saturday's UK and Ireland #2 World Warrior event. And of course Germany, another region that I love so much.
Bello che hanno messo Ed nel World Warrior tedesco, perché Ed è tedesco, no? A noi dovrebbero mettere Marisa.
The second tournament, 4 p.m. British Standard Time, 5 p.m. CEST. That is for most of you guys out there, and the sign-ups are open for that. And of course, very fitting that we see JP there, Juicy Joe taking the very first Europe Northeast tournament on June 29th. But the next one is July 27th. A month away, so you get plenty of time to prepare. That one will be up soon enough. Of course, the dates are there. Schedule them into your diaries if you haven't done so already. And of course, today, when we get started, Europe West, we have.
Il prossimo è il 28 luglio, quindi tra un mese esatto. Abbiamo tempo per arrivare a 700 sub, ragazzi.
It's really important that you get signed up for those when the sign-ups are open. Of course, Kings of the World, good old Londoner here. Samsung King's Cross. Not too far, very nice place there.
Molto umili gli inglesi che chiamano il loro raduno Kings of the World. Fantastico.
The unofficial, official qualifier, last chance qualifier for that tournament in the Capcom Cup Pro Tour. So there's so many events happening. Of course, we have the offlines now happening. It's just really key to put a bit of time in and traveling and meeting people.
Ok, c'è Scaroni adesso, ragazzi. E quindi si fa subito la loser. Si fa subito la loser. Non andate da nessuna parte.
Yeah, for sure. I think these
ce ne sono tante di tappe mod.
These are the lowest bar of entry.
Gli archetipi di Ed e Aki sono più o meno simili. Sono dei personaggi da mid range fondamentalmente.
These are very, very beneficial.
Everyone's got to start
Aki
somewhere.
è mid range finché non ti mette il veleno addosso e poi ti attacca fondamentalmente. Ed è un po' più mid range, diciamo.
I hear some people, I'm not good enough to enter, but actually, how do you know to enter? And I say it till I'm blue in the face, but I really genuinely believe that. And
yeah, and also like if you're already kind of playing the game often and frequently,
you're not even losing points like you do in ranked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's a good point.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Quarters.
Eccoli.
That's a salty kid.
Oh, okay, we're gonna get the Ed versus the Kim. Now, I think Kim
Forza in
actually does well in
Scarone.
this matchup. She does quite well
I
in
think
this
so
matchup.
too, yeah, especially with the air approach. I just think that jumping or standing roundhouse for Ed is probably a pretty good.
Peccato, ce l'aveva. Vabbè, ci becchiamo una presa lo stesso. No, Edgar, dovevi tirarlo dentro. Oddio, che cosa ha fatto là. Bella, bella. Ancora. Bravissimo, ancora.
See some good approach here from Hansar. Looking for an opportunity.
Punisci! Bravissimo.
Momentum, right? When he gets the momentum.
Lo chiude? Forse no, sopravvive con un po' di vita. No, Hansar, non devi premere là, non si preme. Quanto è brutto il burnout. Bravissimo, lo pizzica, gli fa questo, gli dice dove cazzo vai. Lo pizzica con il calcio medio. No, l'idea era buona, l'esecuzione è un po' una merda, però va bene.
Oh, misses a follow up. Oh.
Bella, giusto? Dai, portatelo a spasso, dai. Facciamo una passeggiata. Ah, sbagliato, vabbè. Va bene lo stesso. Giusto! 1-0.
Hansar looking absolutely divine right there, but
Boom,
Kid not close enough for that. Good old crouch fears, and now is locked in the corner where Kimberly suffers exponentially.
Ah, la stantiere, maledizione. Bella, pescalo. Che cazzo fai? Va bene lo stesso, non importa. Bravo. Chiudila. Bravissimo.
No, they're not checking those out consistently, either with the crouching heavy kick or the standing medium kick.
Yeah,
those are both like very, very strong buffer tools for, or like cancelable normals for Ed.
Yeah, and look at that windmill kick into that tap. We love that. Confirmed there from Salty Kid. He's got to do a little bit more than that.
Ok, va bene.
Oh,
Giralo.
wow.
Vabbè, lo gira adesso, va bene. Tenta la scivolata. Eccola. Bravissimo. Voleva fregargli il frame lì. Se l'avesse confermato avrei... Ullala! Ok. Se la chiude bene, ce la facciamo. Ce la facciamo.
He's been taking out the drive impact and the drive rushes. Like Hansar's just looking defensively very strong in this matchup right now.
Oh yeah, he's looking absolutely comfortable and not unafraid, right? Unafraid. And again,
giusto. Portatelo a spasso, vai. Vai, tutto quanto. Dai che è un colabrodo in difesa questo.
Absolutely pushing the envelope here, setting the corner up very well.
Una spazzata a caso.
Standing heavy punch.
That is plus there, nice. Good usage of that Heisen kick from that drive rush. He's got to do a little bit more than that right now. 2 bombs on deck as well. We want to see Salty use the bombs effectively. We saw them earlier. Some of the can setups were
quasi. L'idea era ottima lì. Giusto.
finding in that moment.
Levatelo dalle
Has the
balle.
favorable
C'è MK Drive Rush, MK Drive Rush!
Yeah, indeed. Looking for some good pressure right now.
No, perché si è preso il coso in faccia lì?
managing to catch
MK Drive Rush doveva fare lì, doveva andare dentro, per forza.
very consistently holding down the offense in the corner.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow.
Tirata a casissimo, giusta.
That is super fast. The
Meritatissimo.
way he just caught him off guard like that.
Punisci ste cazzo di scivolate, maledizione, lo fa sempre, oh. Bravo, bella.
The back dash was so crucial because
Ancora.
you avoided all the offensive
Ancora.
momentum from here.
Non gli ha retto la pompa.
Back dash, that's absolutely massive.
Very important.
Punisci quelle cazzo di scivolate, per Dio!
Though that's a crucial drop.
Vabbè, dai, va bene, ti perdono.
Another chance with that, like the standing fierce has been working.
Ti perdono, ti perdono.
It's been the MVP normal for sure, alongside crouching heavy kick and standing medium kick, but that standing
Stiamo attenti a ste scivolate.
has been so good for Hansar.
Pum, 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 sotto, dai.
Really has. And
Questo non tecca.
look at Hansar once again searching himself.
C'ho
Nice,
tornata.
might go for the back throw. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, the side switch,
Ma perché
that's
non
smart.
para sul rialzo? Forse era un backdash.
You want to be
Forse sta provando a backdashare.
out of the corner, even if it's on the expense of damage.
Absolutely.
No.
Bomb. Yes, bomb's gonna hit.
Yeah, still has the corner Rocky because of that bomb
Yeah.
exploding.
And that
Devi-
was
devi
intentional.
uscire di là, bravissimo.
I love that. But now he's in the corner. The one sudden throw.
Pescalo, lo deve pescare una volta. Eccolo! No, cazzo, che cazzo ha fatto? Va bene, va bene, va bene, va bene. Bella, bella.
Oh,
He is gonna
yeah.
take that 3-0, and now it's been only 3-0.
Ottima,
Damn.
ottima. Va bene lo stesso.
Hansar showing us how well he understood that matchup. He would not letting so he could have a chance. Like you said about the drive rush approach.
Buona così.
Not a chance was
Taking
what
the
he
drive
could gonna have.
impact
Yeah.
as well, like the
Yeah.
late cancel, the counter DI, just like fantastic defensive work from Hansar. Just and like you said, he's
Ok.
been attending
Adesso tocca a
it's
Garnetto.
clearly paying off because you might as well think that this is just another salt mine event for yourself. Like if you're attending already consistently, you don't have to change the way you view these tournaments. Obviously it's a World Warrior event, but
Se vince Garnet purtroppo c'è il derby.
For how long? So you might
Sì, è cresciuto, sta giocando
think of
molto
it as the
bene.
same way, so you don't cause extra stress for yourself. This game is very much about mental.
And I think Salt Mine League is actually harder.
Yeah.
So if you,
Well, it is
if
because
you,
it's
if
Europe
you
only,
make,
right?
If you make top 16 or top 8 in Salt Mine League, you shouldn't be scared of anything.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Yes, because you have all the killers from the other regions
It's
of
not
the EU as
exclusive.
well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's not exclusive to certain countries. Where in Salt Mine you have, of course, 100+ entrants nearly every week, and like you say, killers from every region, from every country, and it's a jam-packed. Like you see games like this, right, in top 32. But saying that, you still got to fight a variety of players that are strong in your own region for this World Warrior.
Dai, fate giocare
What we'll
Garnet,
be
dai.
fighting right now as well is that,
Eccolo Zera che
you know,
contribuisce
3
dalla nostra
codes
chat.
are remaining, guys.
Con
We
il
would love to
coupon.
see us hit at least the top 2 payout, which is $100. I want to see those 3 codes claimed by the next game, by the way, guys. So if they're not claimed, we're gonna have a few
So it's
words.
a little bit more than $20 for us to ensure that the top 2 players will be paid out. So obviously, if you can, and you have a little bit of extra. in your
Gli
pocket,
europei sono
you might as
braccini
well
oggi,
consider
$76 per il
the pool
CPT,
because
minchia.
these players are contributing to your
Quando lo fanno in America arrivano
team.
tipo a 600,
Oh, yeah.
700.
We can
We're
obviously-
thoroughly entertained, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, and obviously there's so much Street Fighter going on at the current moment. Obviously,
Grazie Rum e Dopamina, grazie per
all
la
weekend,
sub.
and Salt Mine has been running the World Warrior event, so there's like
That's the Ritas,
24/7.
man.
Questa la rimettiamo su YouTube, perché è una bella
He's
performance
running
degli
4
italiani,
regions
quindi
and he's holding.
questa la
I know he's
ricarichiamo
training every
sicuro al
morning, doing
100%.
all his others. It's a lot of work, but he's doing such a phenomenal job of it. So shout out to Ritas doing an amazing job.
yeah, shout out to Reedus, obviously.
And definitely, that's another thing you could look at merch, you know, little things like that can support the stream and support Salt Mine League. And
Forza
you know,
Garnetto
it's all
adesso.
hard work that goes into it, and we can see the fruition of it. But we're going
Bene, sto matchup lo
the
conosce.
fruition of who's
Sto
gonna be working
matchup
harder in
lo
this set
conosce.
here. We've got
Forza
Garnet with the
Garnet.
Dalsim, of course, and MBR with the Kuma. He's not changed character at all. He's stuck it with the Kuma.
Questo è la Kuma pazzo di prima.
Yeah, absolutely. MBR, a true OG Akuma main, obviously. Ever since release, he has been putting in work for Akuma. So obviously, when you enjoy the most to play the character that you're playing, I think that's usually when you do the best anyway. I mean, these, just like Problem X, you mentioned before that Problem X said that you enjoy playing and you kind of enjoy the whole, all the aspects of the character, the visual aspects and the game.
Vabbè, questa era di studio, dai.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, the dive kick.
The high blade kick actually beats the Yoga Lance, so that Yoga Lance not got an opportunity, I think, against the Demon Raid into that high blade kick. So this Demon Raid is going to be really vital for MBR's approach in this set.
Giusto. Cambia lato, perfetto.
I'm interested in seeing the air approaches of MBR for this.
Lo frega sempre con quel calcio a scendere, col dive kick.
The high blade kick.
Bravo, punisci.
Dropping with the Tachu there. Uncharacteristic for MBR.
Saying that we've seen a couple drops from him, unfortunately, but hopefully he holds those wits about him.
Giusto.
Level 2 on deck.
Yeah,
Might see an improvement.
Yeah, instantly kind of refunding that drop there for a moment by DPing the float very, very nicely.
Indeed. All right, the Yoga Arch makes. I like how he uses it as a shield. You know, come on, touch me.
Yeah, exactly. Approach me if you dare.
Oh, the
Nice,
perfect parry.
perfect parry, nice work. Doesn't even have to worry about the bounce because it was the normal version of Yoga Arch.
Aia. No, Garnet, cazzo. Non gli si è caricata la livello 3 per un pelo. Sfiga. Sfiga. Avrebbe vinto lì. Bravo. Mamma mia che conversione gli ha fatto qua.
Recognizing that he got the juggle points from jumping medium punch into the standing fierce.
Absolutely. And right now, both got a round apiece.
Ma chi se ne frega, Nitro? Noi gridiamo più forti di loro. Gridiamo più forte di loro.
Yeah, this is such a fun matchup. This is such a fun matchup to watch, by the way.
Yeah.
Punisci. Bello. Poteva andare un po' meglio, ma va bene.
About this matchup has changed a lot as well. I think when Akuma was released, people were thinking, oh, he's gonna do super well against Dawson.
Giusto.
But it turns out that this might actually be one of his tougher matchups because
Guarda che dice che è difficile il matchup, ma che cazzo ne sai? Commentatore fazioso maledetto. Che cosa ne sai che è difficile il matchup? Ma è olandese quello che commenta, per forza.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that was such a great delay on the floating that the teleport gets to level 3 and Garnet.
That was divine. He picked up on the fact that MBR was going for that charge fireball. Now that's a very risky thing to do against Dalsim.
Che poi io ovviamente sono di parte, è normale che, ma non sono il commentatore ufficiale. Sto facendo solo un restream. Loro sono quelli ufficiali.
Oh, the DP.
Great DP on the float once again. He's been really great at catching those floats, at least so far. We'll see if Garnet will be able to.
Mamma mia. Vai. Boom.
Nice. And here we go. Yoga fires. And still keeping that full screen. He doesn't want to take the risk.
Che culo. No, peccato. Peccato, peccato. Doveva fare giù indietro pugno forte lì. Va bene. Giusto, gli ha fatto pure sprecare la barra. Ah, peccato. Bravo l'option select, la shimmy. Giusto. Madonna, gli è andato in faccia. Ah, peccato. Questa non la doveva fare. Piuttosto si prendeva la presa. No, Garnet era prevedibile. Era prevedibile, lo sapevo anch'io.
There you go. He knows better than me. That's why he's got that round right there, and he's up there in top 8. Loses quarters against Garnet.
Vabbè, non fa niente. Non fa male, non fa male.
Right, nice little throw.
È solo un round.
Jumping jab. Sorry, that was back.
Sì, si cecca. Si cecca. Giusto.
I like that. I really like that he drive reversals on that heavy kick because he's got a massive life.
Dai, andiamo al derby, dai. Andiamo al derby, maledizione.
Yeah, why would you like you have the life lead, you have like ample meter to use, so why not just completely reject the plus frames from your opponent?
Absolutely.
Because it can lead to so much offensive pressure.
Burnoutalo, burnoutalo, bravissimo.
Oh wow, such a great usage of those normals.
Dado mago, la dado mago, ricordati che c'è. Ma meglio. Non c'è bisogno della dado mago. Adesso però ce l'ha. Se gli fa il flip, anche se penso che voglio usare la livello 3 Garnet. E infatti l'ha caricata adesso. Preso, dai. Pum, eccola la livello 3.
Just like the last round ending there, he was like, okay, he's probably gonna trade with me on the entire department, but I'm gonna get that last damage in.
Pum, l'ha fatto malissimo. E Akuma d'altra parte, fa tanto danno. Bella, giusto. Prendo una punizioncina, che è comunque utilissima. E me sei a meno MBR, sei a meno lì. Giusto, no, la potevo punire. La potevo punire. Chiudila, chiudila, è fatta. Perfetto. Carlone. L'Italia si è destra, signori. Siamo partiti malissimo, però. Uff, sono nervoso io per loro.
But let's see if we can see some aggression from MBR. He doesn't want to be down and out just yet.
Nice DP this time.
Absolutely, and we are, of course, in our top 6 now, right? So this is a fight for 4th place essentially.
Yeah, that's a lot of points to be had.
Nice.
Like the spacing from MBR, respecting the range of the float normals from Dawson there. To crest about. Approaching immediately, gonna take his sweet time. He could have gotten a sweep there or possibly a medium Tatsu from the roundhouse, but was not gonna risk it because obviously that would have been
guarda.
cost if that would have missed.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, MBR got the upper hand. Great tech there. Doesn't actually need to do too much on the approach.
Wow.
He's using more air fireballs this round. It's clearly paying, like it's clearly working right now. He has the life lead. He's obviously sitting pretty comfortable here and gets the EX fireball. Obviously very, very fast in this game. Very, very good as a counter poke situation. Recognize that he was going for the yoga arch, just completely evaporated.
Sì, sì. Tienilo fuori.
Nice. Black is yoga.
La la, buona.
Oh my goodness, the whiff.
Yeah, that's really bad for MBR.
Sì, vai. No,
really
questa è stata un po' una merdata, ma va bene.
Momentum wise, now he has to kind of reset back. He has a steep hill to climb, at least in this round.
Peccato, vabbè, va bene, non è successo niente.
Oh my.
Non gli fa niente.
Yeah, definitely.
As well, just a staggered jab.
Sì, buona. Lo uccide? Forse lo uccide. O l'ha dato mago.
The yoga sunburst coming through.
Non è l'ha dato mago.
MBR is now on the back. Yeah, but MBR still in it. Burnout.
Prendilo, prendilo. Madonna!
Oh, that was such a fantastic back tilt.
Buona.
Wow. And the down fierce there. Dawson is one of those characters whose game plan doesn't really change when he's in burnout or.
I medi, pizzicalo, pizzicalo.
Great normals. He can still play the poke game from full screen range. Obviously, a character who's not too pressed about getting into burnout, especially when he is not.
Sì, buona. Vai via, vai via.
Bello.
He actually got a combo from that.
Nice. Yoga Inferno. Look at that. That is a lot of health. Gone. The high blade connects, but doesn't convert into anything. Level 3 on deck here for MBR. This is a do or die situation now. He needs to do something.
Meno male poteva chiuderla. No, no.
From the jab, anti-air and gets the adamant flame.
Peccato, va bene.
Guarantees the kill.
Yeah, and he gets a game on the board.
Lo vedo su comunque.
Nice
Dai.
overhead right there.
That was sick.
Yeah, great skull splitter there. He just got the overhead in and confirmed the game for himself. Now he's still in it. He's not letting Garnet run away with that momentum that he had built so strongly.
This time he gets the hit confirmed with the crouching punch. He's not about to let all of that damage go. And look at where that leads him straight into the corner, pressuring Dawson here. With the adamant flame, gonna go for the heavy Tatsu here for the best OP and most damage as well. Just needs to find one more throw, a few more lights in this situation. Anything goes. One air fireball gets the skull splitter again.
That skull splitter is doing some work for working overtime for MBR right now.
It is a great tool to finish off rounds because obviously
he's got great reach as well.
Sì.
Yeah, I mean, him and Ryu kind of share the similar kind of animation where they have this kind of a real back where it's sometimes really hard to notice that in the heat of the moment, especially during the last moments of the game. And like
Punisci, bravo, perfetto.
Damn good range, and they're also like safe on block as well. So.
Absolutely. And MBR is only one round away, considering that Garnet was in set point. MBI is 1 round away from tying it
Sì.
up here.
Sì.
Carrying on those EX fireballs from Garnet as well.
Sti salti.
Oh,
Gonna go for the demon
guillotine.
guillotine from the flip.
yeah, the guillotine coming through there. Again, the overhead.
Lo uccide? Dimmi che lo uccide, dimmi che lo uccide. L'ho ucciso, meno male, con l'ultimo colpo, l'ultimo colpo.
Great.
Con l'ultimo colpo l'ho ammazzato, meno male. Meno male. Sì, sì, buona. Perfetto, prendiamo e portiamo a casa.
It really does. You're absolutely right. And level 3 on deck here for MBI. And he's on the back foot right now. Lost half of his vitality just like that.
Sì, bella. Sì, ancora. Rosicchia di un altro po' di vita, vai. Anti-air? Ho paura delle barre drive di Garnet, purtroppo. Sì, è andata. Carlone.
Wow.
Fuori un altro.
That counts for that yoga lance. Counts confirmed. Beautiful.
A posto.
That was divine.
Italia garantito terzo posto minimo.
Sniping MBR out from the skies there. Obviously the Yogan will, or the back fears has a fair bit of startup, but obviously in this kind of a matchup it does work pretty well against Akuma, especially you get some pretty nifty combos from it, heavy damage, so obviously as a Dawson player you kind of have to be
third place at least.
Absolutely. And there we go, GG's indeed. Congratulations to MBR now, who is out of the tournament.
Ma come congratulazioni MBR, ha vinto Garnet.
Good placement in today's tournament, which is out of 90 people, right? We are indeed. And looking forward to seeing all these guys really go at it, because it's not easy.
Ok,
to do so
Garnet contro Hansar, Takamura contro
Zera.
Zera.
Got in our winners finals, Takamura and Zera.
E usa DJ
I might
Hansar.
have point out as well. So of course, a sponsorship for him there. Hansar doing very well today. I'm actually very impressed with Hansar today. I really saw very good shining from him in top 8, where we were 3-0'd Rast, then he 3-0'd Salty Kid. Garnet in that loser semi-final against Hansar.
E prendi
This is one to watch out for. I think any of these guys could take it right
He's
now.
playing Ken.
Yeah.
Che fanno prima?
We discussed this previously, like this is one of those regions where it's like really hard to call who's gonna take these ranking events, because there's so many good players and the overall level of gameplay is pretty equal. There's not like super clear cut like strong players who are back.
Non lo so, te lo deve dire Ritus, mica io.
Equal to their gameplay at the surprise pool, because I think we should get to the 150 to pay out the top 3 today after the performance.
Niente, non prendono manco i coupon.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You're West. You can do better than $77.50.
Yeah, I think Ritus is right here, guys. Come on now, you don't want to be the weakest regionally when it comes to the match arena. All right, we have claimed those codes though. That's really important. Great, thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much to people that have contributed, like Hellrider. Hellrider's always holding it down, I swear to God. But then we've got Max there, Max Verstappen coming with $10, Aldo, and then $77.50. Okay, well, how far are we? I need to do some maths here. $22.50. Is that right, Avaha?
Yes, it is.
All right, for top 2 payout.
Checks out.
The math checks out. That's not too bad. My phone's died, so no calculator for me.
Chi cazzo si tifa? Nessuno.
So let's get that done, and then possibly let's get that top 3 payout. You know, we're in top 4
Io non
now.
tifo quando giocano due
I want
italiani.
to see some people getting a few pretty pennies out if they can. Unfortunately, I'm a bit broke at the moment, so
It's all good.
it's all right. So I mean, I'll hold it on next time.
I pay you a lot of money to
Oh, you do actually. You're right. Right. So I'll keep it all for myself. A bit greedy, all right.
Oh, yeah. How dare you?
But listen, I can't pay for all these events that I go to with peanuts. So I need we'll need all that. Sort my money. I was gonna say,
Believe that.
I was like, when Vita's paid you, I can show you here. Right? I can't even get it from the Kami Cash.
Eh sì, Barbas, lo so.
Kami Cash. I've got it on
Ma
my
è sempre
wall.
così, eh.
Kami Cash.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, Kami Cash.
Kami Cash. That is
That's what you
official.
actually got at Capcom Cup, and I gifted it to him. That's 100. That's 100 Kami Cash, right?
$100 Kami Cash.
Yeah, 100 Kami Cash.
How much is that in dollars? How
It's 200.
how is the
That's how the
conversion?
currency works. It doubles.
This thing only was given out at Capcom Cup, so it's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot of money. Thank you very much, Ritas, for that was my advance for, you know, this season's World Warriors. So
nice, nice.
Lo stipendio del commentatore a destra. I dollari di Kenny.
Make sure you can definitely contribute. If you can't, and it's completely understandable, but if you can spare a few pennies, pennies wouldn't go amiss. But yeah, we are in our top 4 now, like Rita said, and it's going to be very exciting to see how the winners finals pans out. Takamura and Zera. I don't know. I don't think I've even seen these two play before.
Ragazzi, che vi devo dire?
Pretty sure I have.
Capcom, io sono qui,
It's gonna be exciting nonetheless.
Io sono qui.
Yeah, it is.
Quando volete.
I think
lo facciamo un commento ufficiale.
I think Yuri does pretty well against the Shoto. She can definitely contend in the fireball department. Has great normals to kind of challenge the approach of characters like Ken.
Ok, fanno prima la finale.
I think Jury's
la
ground
finale
game
winner.
especially is like super impressive, but the delay diving also works wonders as an anti-air.
Io non so chi può vincerla questa.
Or like to counter.
Perché con Takamura ci ho giocato e ha difficoltà con Jury.
Anti-airs. So that's also a thing, a factor in this matchup for sure.
Alright, well, let's see what Zera can do. And let's see what Takamura can do. We've seen Takamura really pull out.
Il metodo che noi come community abbiamo per poterti dare un boost, guardare gli stream, Steve. Dobbiamo lavorare in silenzio e tutti compatti. I numeri muovono il mondo, ragazzi. Voi siete la forza più potente che uno streamer possa avere. Forse certe volte non vi rendete conto di quanto potete influenzare con la vostra presenza.
Like a really good round, really fantastic start for Zera, getting that drive impact. He's been really adamant about using that drive impact in the corner, checking out your opponent's reactions, but also just utilizing it to the fullest when your opponent is in burnout, because you get that guaranteed damage when your opponent gets stunned.
Oh yeah, for sure. Look at that, nice. Oh wow, the light tattoo.
Mi hanno retweetato la tua capo, ma noi abbiamo twittato.
Anti-projectile.
Yeah, definitely. Navigate around that
Saha
show, right? The light tatsu, because in by recovery time you're going to get in her face.
Ah, li hai taggati, ok.
Really bite the bullet.
Vabbè, ma è domenica.
Nice. Great connections here with the axe kick coming through and escapes the corner, however.
Ok, attenzione, arriva il Feng Shui.
Let's go, baby.
In burnout. Grazie, Amy.
Fuzzy guard.
Yeah.
In the play here, managed to jump out of the corner, but gets carried almost mid-screen here. Obviously still has some juice left in the Feng Shui engine, and there it is, just taking that first game very convincingly. Obviously Takamura had some great moments.
Ma noi Twitter non lo usiamo tanto, forse questo è un problema.
Already like 2 different uses of the Tatsu we don't see every game. So obviously as an anti-projectile tool, but also managing to get that side switch when your opponent was knocked down. So that's already 2 different uses of the Tatsu that you don't see every game when you play against Shotos.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a very high-octane match right now. They're both constantly doing something, you know, constantly something happening. Oh, what? That was a beautiful, perfect parry buffer into that crouch strong. Force Zera not to do something like that again at that range. Zera has to be very careful now of that, because he now knows that Takamura is ready.
Oh, per qualche motivo, cioè i tornei in genere di Street Fighter 6 durano pochissimo, per qualche motivo quelli della Saltmine tirano sempre tardissimo.
Okay, using that forward medium punch, I believe, and he's gonna go for the shinny, and really strong here. Takamura getting that neutral jump shinny.
Tra Jury e Kemi e Chun-Li quale sarebbe meglio? Non Chun-Li, uno degli altri due. Non Chun-Li però.
Standing fierce once again, like we did talk about that earlier. Fantastic tool in this matchup, specifically a great button to press on neutral as well. The range is fantastic. It's also special cancelable. Basically does all the things.
Oh my, Shinyu-Repa. Big chunk of health. He's not going to burn out, but this is putting Takamura in a great situation.
Xerna a questo CPT sarà un
he might even drive rush. Yeah, he goes for I like that. The meaty heavy kick. That was a bit fearless, mind you.
Xerna sarà un problema questo CPT.
Oh wow.
Gets the forward throw. This is looking really strong for Takamura. Makes that fast equalizing game here.
Ma gli olandesi adesso si sono moltiplicati. Gli austriaci non pervenuti proprio. Austriaci, vabbè, gli svizzeri c'è 5 mascelle.
just the feeling of
Ma gli austriaci proprio non pervenuti. Erano più in Street Fighter 5.
It starts you off in such a good way for the competitive season of your region. So both of these players are
because this is a super region, right? So you're fighting for the direct qualifier spot, invading you want to invade the regional finals, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Exactly that. You know, super region. So all the more chance to qualify. But you got to work a little bit harder here.
Once again, the anti-projectile use of the Tatsu there.
Vero, ha partecipato anche Armix, sì.
Much of a master of Shoto characters.
Però è uscito.
Going for the side switch as well, displaying all the usage of the Tatsu here.
Mi dice Aldo che dopo Garnet Armix è il più in forma dei suoi raduni. Garnet, Chu e Armix. Proprio solido sto Takamura. No, dei raduni che fa lui. I raduni milanesi.
Such a fast tool, by the way, the EX full Hajin in neutral. So good.
Dai, serve qualcun altro nella scena milanese che viene fuori. Qualche altro ragazzo promettente. E sottolineo ragazzo perché noi siamo vecchi bacucchi. Sì, Simon. Madonna che gli ha tirato.
You know what it is? He was looking for Zera's throw at the low forward because Zera's been spacing low forwards very well with Jury.
Yeah.
And at that time, he didn't throw it out.
Oddio, lol, che culo, non gli è uscito il DP lì. Non gli è uscito il DP.
Indeed. Oh wow! Okay, I see you. Zera ready for that.
Sempre sto finishing.
But Zera has, like, in the previous sets, he's completely shown the control of the anti-DI department. Like, he has the result.
Adesso sono cavoli.
Reactions to cancel.
Come cavolo fai?
Indeed. And this is certainly Zera's game to take right now. He just needs to get a nice little sequence going. No, he also got extra fluid in. Wasn't confident in that. Couldn't use that kite.
Pressure from Zera.
Divine.
Wow, just really, really tough break for Takamura in the corner. Obviously, like, when Jury gets you into the corner, like, there's so many staggered things she could do.
Tattica.
Obviously, the EX projectile is
Respira
a
Takamura.
good tool in the corner as well. And
o forse arriva Akuma?
Like,
Forse arriva Akuma?
Frames in that regard. Obviously, we are paying your drive meter for that, but the plus frames are so damn relevant from that situation that Jury can be super oppressive.
Simo, tu devi diventare
Absolutely
così.
Right, and this is where she really shines, right? Especially with the feng shui, right? That really allows her to play her game and really bully her opponent. It's almost guess or die, and Zera's been playing it very well. This is where he's recognized Jury's strengths are, and he's been leading into that. Like we saw with feng shui engine usage there. He's leading the set at the moment. Takamura's got to
Street Fighter spaventa le ragazze per qualche motivo, non so perché.
Navigate around these tools that Jury's really applying onto me. Especially we saw little nuances where he did a light tatsu over the Saihasho, the fireball. So we see some understanding of the matchup, but now he's adapting to what Zera's doing.
Intanto Menardi è già uscito dal torneo, da 2 giuri.
Takamura will make those adaptations needed to overtake this matchup because right now it's definitely
Sono spaventate da me, c'hanno ragione.
Yeah, and that grand final's looking kind of tasty right now.
Absolutely. Like we've said so many frequent times already, like only the 3 top performances you have will be taken into account.
A livello internazionale sì, non a livello italiano. C'è solo Chiaretto e un altro paio di ragazzi.
It's a great head start, right? It's a great head start.
Dobbiamo convertire qualche ragazza di tech.
Look at that shimmy game again. Beautiful stand medium kick. Or medium punch rather for the shimmy game.
Silvia è arrivata a Master su Street Fighter e poi ha mollato per arrivare su tech.
Takamura into the corner here. And he's just having to fight out of the corner constantly. And the EX projectile once again, so many plus frames. And the shimmy, he took the bait and
bene raga, io vado a farmi una cenetta. 10 minuti e torno e ci finiamo il torneo.
Like you said, set point. Takamura looking to make the approach. He's not deterred. Low on drive bar though. He wants to get away from that shenanigans that Jury's throwing at him.
But Takamura gets a small break here. Closes into the corner here.
Yep, indeed.
Just instantly jumps over. Takamura needs to be ready for those jumps in here. Man, this time he's gonna adjust for that jumping distance, but Zera managing to get that.
Indeed he is.
And yeah, and now we're already almost.
Oh, the big jump in. You might make this death actually. You might up to. No, shouldn't you have to reserves it? Really pay the price for not spending it here. He gets one touch, feng shui engine.
Okay, he's almost depleted. Nice, perfect parry. That was crucial. Is he gonna go for the level 3 here? He's gonna go for level 2. He's confident in the damage killing, and that is one of the most powerful things about Ken. He can always opt in how much meter does he want to use in those combos. And he still has one more meter. He can definitely build up another one for this round.
Now we're either on making it a 2-2 or taking ourselves to winners or grand finals rather. Sorry. Beautiful patience there from Zera. The meaty Saha show. Takamura is burnt out now.
He's gonna get a side switch here. This is looking really good for Takamura. He is burnt out, but he still has a level 2, and the standing fears are working. He did not buffer it though. Unfortunately, he gets another chance. This time he gets the level 1 from the standing fears. That was so many standing fears without anything.
That's what. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like that. There was a lot of standing fierces during that round that kind of went unoptimized in that moment, but he manages to squeeze out the win, even though he wasn't burnout. Like Zera obviously had many chances to kind of close the game, possibly. But
The thing is,
Takamura playing super solid.
Zera should have picked up on that though. You recognize your opponent's throwing at this button. That's correct.
Yeah, it is.
So let's see how these guys taking another moment. That's absolutely fine. But you know, the thing is, Zera should have picked up on that heavy punch abuse and actually capitalized on it. Because at that point, we knew he was fishing. We knew he was looking for something, and that confirm tells us everything.
Yeah, it does. But I can't wait to see this final game. Obviously, now they both have kind of a full palette of what they can do to each other. So obviously we're gonna probably see the final adjustments here, and a lot is going to also depend on who's gonna be more adamant about playing their own game against each other. So let's go. It's gonna be the final match of this winners finals here. Obviously the winner will be going to grand finals.
Absolutely.
In the first ranking event on for this region, U West.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, what a trade of blows. It's capitalizing on that counter hit.
Yeah, that's a crazy favorable trade for Takamura. Look at the star already half held with sitting, and then that's gonna be one more throw for Takamura, and he looks for the shinny, beautiful crouching medium punch, and look at this, like looking a completely different game right now, getting that massive head start.
Yeah, that ghetto perfect to boot as well. I like that perfect parry on the Dragon Lash, and Zera's not having it though. Level 2 is almost on deck for him.
Back throw though, this is one of the strong points about Ken in this game.
Again.
Always throw you into the corner and start racking his damage here.
Yeah, that heavy punch
was such a
that
was scary.
This might be his saving grace right now. The feng shui engine doing so much work for Zera this tournament, and he continues to do it. Right now, takes him to the corner.
He actually crosses over. Unfortunate for him, but he managed to keep the package tight. Doesn't matter. And Takamura is gonna wake up with a reversal, and Zera is gonna equalize that. That is going down to the last game, last round, ladies and gentlemen. Winners finals here.
Indeed, it is. And these guys are fighting for that place in grand finals. So these guys want to make it count. Level 3 on deck here for Takamura. He wants to spend it ASAP.
Yeah, did you see that jump back? I think that was kind of out of some kind of a fear there. Takamura gets that drive reversal though. Nice break.
Pressure's on. Pressure is on.
Yeah, definitely. Both of these guys. Zera is playing really comfortable though right now. Managing to block the overhead, but gets the perfect parry. Takamura here. Almost gonna carry to the other side of the screen. Gets the level 3. That's gonna be really good. Cashing out here, making that damage, draining the meter of your opponent as well. And we are in the corner. This is where Takamura's domain resides, and he's almost managed to check that. He's gonna go for the meaty EX fireball and a jump back. Jumping medium punch.
Oh, I love that.
One more hit, and there it is.
That buffer was really nice from Zera. He perfect parried it into buffer medium punch. Now that was really clean. Unfortunately, the trade of blows meant that Takamura got to win that trade in the end. That was a great winners finals, but Zerna's not out just yet. He's waiting in losers finals now for Hansar or Garnet. And this is kind of crazy. I'm loving this so far because they're shining really well, and it's displaying how well their characters, how well they understand their characters, right?
Yes, indeed. Damn, that was such a nail biter. Set obviously went down to the wire there, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see if Takamura, or sorry, Zerna is gonna be able to climb from that loser's side.
Yeah.
Obviously, we still.
Fired, my man.
Obviously, we still have the losers semifinals to go with. That's going to be Hansar versus Garnet. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hansar will be opting to play Ed in that matchup, because I'm not sure, I'm not sure how it is, but at least we've seen people like Andy Walker opt to go for a different character in that matchup.
Yeah, I believe Hansar's got some DJ under his belt as well. So if he feels that, Ed doesn't work out, DJ might be the option. So we'll see. I think Psycho Spark and Psycho Shoot might be a helpful factor in this matchup as well, against the zoning factor of Dal Sim, So this will be a very interesting one. I don't often see Ed and Dal Sim fight it out, right? Yeah. So it'll be really cool to see how well they understand their character and the matchup for their character. Of course, Garnet doing very well to make it this far, and obviously a qualifier from last season. So it's funny because we've got in our top 4 right now of we've got our last 2 qualifiers from last year. So
yes, indeed.
And it's a testament to how good they are and how well they've been consistently over the year as well.
Yeah, obviously the World Warrior program is a great way to kind of reward your consistency during the whole competitive season. So I think that's obviously something that in a game as volatile and hard to control as it is, I think you having those consistent opportunities to make high rankings on your region definitely pays out in a long way during the competitive season. So obviously it is beneficial for all the players attending and making great results.
Absolutely right. Here we go. Look at these two now. Waiting patiently. Love this from Hansar. Just looking for an opportunity.
Hansar definitely will be opting to play Ed. Let's see what happens. I haven't actually seen a lot of this matchup, so I'm obviously interested in seeing how the interactions neutral-wise will be going in this matchup. It's going to be the standard meaning cancelled into the snatcher there. And obviously both these characters kind of mid-range poking, so some of these interactions will be very slow-paced, but obviously Ed, for example, has some great tools to advance and kind of take his turn back, especially the fully loaded standing fears, for example, which we just saw a moment ago.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and 46 seconds on the clock. Not often we see a timer bleed out, right? And that's in very odd situations, but Yoga Arch being used as a shield and jumps right into that fireball. Again, fireballs are very obscure in this game in particular. Very difficult to navigate the jump game around them. Nice.
Kind of a matchup with these characters, perfect parrying projectiles becomes kind of a very crucial part of the game as well. Like if you can manage to get those perfect parries, like it is actually very, very valuable to you.
Absolutely, and nice. I like the use of that Psycho Spark there in the corner, but kind of gave up too much pressure instantly. He dashed back. You want to keep
the EX version just flowing out of the water there, yeah.
Definitely. Beautiful throw there. And let's see if Hansar tries some pressure.
The parry to make sure he doesn't really land on Ed's feet there. Awareness from Garnet. Obviously, he can cancel that loaded snatcher into the kill rush, so that is something that might be coming into play later on in the set when they kind of have a read on their tendencies on wake up in the corner. So we'll just have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, for sure. But level 3 on deck here for Hansar. If he gets a one nice little whiff punish, even if you use, the Psycho
nice
chamber.
DP cancel from the dry rush.
Psycho Cannon would be really effective right now.
Yeah. I think he's just afraid of the teleport, so he doesn't opt to go for that just right now. Just trying to close the distance, but Garnet just managing to keep it nice and solid there against Hansar. Obviously, this kind of a matchup is really tough on Ed in that regard, that I think Dawson plays the full screen game obviously much more effective, so Hansar or like Ed is forced to go in, just like Guile in this matchup. And that might not be the most comfortable position to be in as an Ed player, or a Guile player for that matter.
Yeah, indeed. And right now, Garnet's taking that first game, taking that momentum factor, which is really important, I feel. We can always see reverse sweeps in here, in this game. Especially now, it's the first of 3.
Exactly. It's that medium punch. Garnet looking to drain the meter here. Nice, perfect parry as well. Just 1 bar drive meter away of getting into burnout. Garnet is looking super comfortable here. He doesn't also like try to push being in burnout too hard. He's just like he's content at controlling the neutral here, controlling the full screen situations. He's actually willing for Hansar to get his meter back because he has a huge life lead right now. So he's obviously like playing very comfortably right now. I think Hansar's kind of pushed into the ropes,
nice.
so to speak.
I love that he's not being impatient about things though as well. 30 seconds on the clock. Still lots of time to work with, but it is leading down by the second. So it's really important now to make something happen.
Yeah, you could definitely notice this matchup is completely different tempo from what we saw just earlier.
Another one. Got another one. Be cheeky. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Oh my god, did he confirm?
Doesn't get a confirm though.
Oh, the shimmy!
This time, he doesn't get the EX, for example. Doesn't matter. Hansar gets around in.
That was
really good.
Gorgeous. That was beautiful. That was a divine sequence there from Hansar. Really like that. Just fearlessness there when it mattered most.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to not be afraid, especially once you've tried to work your game in for so long against this kind of a steep hill that is Dhalsim on defensive. Like, sometimes you just need to kind of go ham in the corner when you have the actual chance, because you know you might not get another chance. Tremendous confirm on the counter hit snatcher as well. That is a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage right there. Psycho Chamber right there. Half of Garnet's health probably gone just like that, and the drive bar is on half the point as well. So now this is Hansar's point to make it matter.
Once again, maybe another one. He did try to go for that.
Oh, doesn't get to check the teleport though. And now both with the parries into his face.
Nice work on the float shimmy there. He's like, no, not gonna work on me.
Nice. And now actually Hansar's in a comfortable position. He does not need to actually make any approach. He actually just sit back and relax. Sometimes we forget that. And that's really key to playing in this matchup.
Exactly, yeah. Sometimes you have these players who they're like, okay, I have a life lead, and they're still trying to push in. But in this kind of a set where you know that the tempo can be switched up when you have the life lead, you don't have to force yourself in. Make the zoner come to you.
Absolutely nice, I like that. And here, a game apiece. Really key to winning that last game for Hansar. Really important for him. And looking a lot more comfortable now. He's using the timer really well as well.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the clock here, and that is real nice. And the back teleport doesn't work. The Psycho projectile still working its way through the mid screen. Obviously, most of the fireballs in this game are now full screen, except for characters like Chun-Li. So, like, you have to face them at some point. You can't just let them dissipate in the neutral. Obviously, a character like Takuma also got his full screen fireball back as well.
Absolutely. And look at that, Yoga Arch once again being used as a shield, and Hansar's got a lot to work out here, if anything. Mountain to climb.
Full jump bar from
He's not afraid, he's just throwing limbs for days. Here, I'll take it.
Yoga Arch, he's just making a push for it. He's trying to bait out any kind of a reaction and gets the favorable trade, obviously. Looking for that, any kind of a trade. Let it come to me. I am gonna take the round from it. Flame here, setting up the projectile game once again, and Hansar back into square zero, so to speak, because once again, Garnet has complete control of the neutral. Obviously, very nice drive rush into the back medium punch, gets a nice solid chunk of damage as well. Still has one more meter as well if he wants to opt in for another one of those level 1 combos. Hansar needs to just make his way, but obviously it's very tough because you have to be walking and blocking and walking and blocking. You always have to be aware of the fact that Dhalsim might be teleporting behind you, but
Yes,
this is
Yoga
gonna seal the
Sunburst.
deal. Yes, indeed.
Indeed. And Hansar, you know, he looked a lot more comfortable in that last game, but Garnet just suddenly picked things up a switch and really was
Cazzo,
quite
me la son
in control
persa.
in this last game here. So now Hansar has to think about what am I going to shift in my momentum?
È finita?
Am I going to continue to
No, no,
time
è
out?
2-1,
Am I taking
2-1.
risks?
Perdonatemi
Don't be afraid
l'assenza,
to take
perdonatemi
risks, especially
l'assenza.
against Dhalsim, because it will pay off.
And the history of this set, like those risks have been also pretty favorable for Hansar, so he might just
Ma questo matchup è brutto per
switch up
Edge.
the gears, so to speak.
Absolutely nice, like this here.
No, no,
Garnet
no, no, no.
swinging on the momentum that he had earlier, burns himself out to burn Hansar out. And right now, that's actually.
No, ma non so come si possa entrare con Ed
Both
su
be a burn out at
Dhalsim,
the same time
onestamente.
because, like you said earlier.
No, non ho
Dhalsim
mangiato
doesn't
bene
do
perché
too
sono
bad.
corso di nuovo qui.
Burnout is full
His
screen.
game plan does not really change when he is in burnout, especially if he has full screen
Ho-
control.
ho
which
tipo
he
tutto sullo
usually does
stomaco.
have when he wants to have it.
Però per voi questo è
once you're in
d'altro.
burnout, you're not really too pressed about doing
Sì,
anything.
Chiara mi ha scritto stanno giocando, però io devo mangiare,
And
capito?
right now, Yoga Arch once again. I like the parry choice on there.
Oh, and he was just waiting. I really love the spacing from Garnet. He was probably taking
Ho
into
spezzettato la
account
cena in due
that
parti.
whiffability of the drive impact as
Ho mangiato
well.
un po',
Yeah,
finisce il
that was
torneo, mangio un altro po'.
fantastic spacing from Garnet.
It really was indeed. And Hansar's got to do something now or never.
It looks like a hard matchup, honestly, against Dhalsim, like, because Ed wants to do similar things to Dhalsim, but just cannot be allowed to do that in this
Giusto.
matchup.
Indeed. And right now, Garnet is in control, leading from that perfect from that last round. There will feel once again. Perfect parry.
No!
Oh,
Va
Okay.
bene.
this is the forced knockdown combo, though. You need to be aware of that. You have to change your combos depending on how you hit Dhalsim out of the teleport. And the level 3 is most likely going to seal the deal here. Garnet looking super strong, making it 3-1 here, and he is going to be moving on. Hansar.
Vabbè.
Shout out to Hansar, though. Like, amazing performance today, and I'm really glad I got to see so many matches from him. Obviously, now we know that he's a real threat in this region as well, and he manages to get some points in the first ranking event as well. So, good job to him.
Definitely good job to him. And now he's got Zera to face. And Zera, you know, looked particularly strong. He had done very well so far.
Perché troppa... Vabbè, ma in realtà
I wanna
Ed,
see some good
Ed
stuff
lo ha
happening.
servito
Of course, I wanna see
bene.
some good stuff happening in that match arena. We are currently now in our losers finals. And
Lo ha servito
I
bene.
wanna see
Secondo
us
me
at
ha
least
senso Ed con un secondo.
It
Però.
would be nice to
That would
see.
be really nice. So that is like $20+ still, 22.5. So if you have any
Ha senso con un
right now,
secondo,
you can
Ed.
definitely consider
Perché è chiaro che qui partiva
contributing
in
to the
svantaggio
pot.
per via del
So
matchup.
all
Yeah,
these
for
fantastic players can kind of get paid for their amazing performance.
Vabbè, adesso rimane
Yeah,
ovviamente
absolutely.
un italiano
So, yeah,
per
we're
cui
not doing
tifare,
so
uno
hot.
solo.
Exactly that. Not doing so hot on the
Il
prize
giudice ha
pool so
portato
far.
fortuna
We
l'ultima
usually do a very
volta,
good job at Soul Mine,
però secondo me
top two,
questo
top three
Xerna
playouts. Of course,
è una
20
bestia
goes
diversa
away
rispetto
from
a
top two,
Exe,
which means
che ci ha fatto andare in Capcom
that
Cup.
definitely
È
Takamura
molto più
would get
forte
paid if we
questo.
get top two.
Ciao,
But the
Aldone.
winner at the moment, are you the one seeing a bit of the tasting the
Secondo
cash?
me Hansar dovrebbe ripescare il fricchettone
I mean, I think they both, all of them
e
pretty much
per sti
deserve it,
matchup
but
tira fuori il
unfortunately, one
fricchettone.
winner. But World Warrior UK Ireland, of course.
Tanto due
Next
personaggi
week,
si possono
July 6th,
reggere.
Put that in your diaries if you haven't already.
Si fa mantenimento col fricchettone,
4 p.m.
main
British Standard
Ed.
Time. Now, make sure you sign up. Sign-ups are now open. Don't delay to the last day. Do your homework now, which is this. All right, your sign-ups is your homework.
Ma infatti io ho sempre detto che se mi avessero dato i finanziamenti giusti, io volevo... C'è stato un momento, no? Un momento storico in cui c'era stata la possibilità di creare un team serio che facesse da contraltare a Savior Games. E sinceramente io quel team lo avrei fatto con Hansar, Libro e io al coaching. E sarebbe stata una buona alternativa ai Savior Games. Se dovessi fare un team e se avessi i soldi per fare un team, prenderei queste persone, ma già dall'inizio di Street Fighter 6. Io ormai la prospettiva la vedo dei ragazzi. Sono troppi anni che gioco a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Bene, Garnetto contro Xerna. Dai Garnet, si può fare, è difficile, è molto difficile, ma si può fare. È molto difficile però. Questo sarà un bellissimo set.
Alright, and here we go. Zera getting right in there. Applying some good pressure. Great tech there from Garnet, picking up on that approach. And Yoga Arch as a shield once again. And I'll say that, right? Saha Show for Jury is actually another form of a shield, right? Because of the low hitbox.
Yes, indeed.
È un brutto matchup, può darsi, ma questo non è una Jury qualunque.
Taking the bait here, Zera. Really strong in the first round here. Yoga Arch coming in. Gotta be aware of that. Doesn't get too much out of it. Garnet this time. Managing to restart the screen positioning though, which might lead into something favorable for Garnet. Obviously doesn't want to be in the corner against Zera. That is bound to be a bad time.
Oh, nice. I love that teleport. Yeah, definitely didn't capitalize more on that, but Zera gets one jump in, and just like that, the round is his. And the thing is, Jury does probably, I feel like Jury might do quite well, especially with the delayed dive kits, the Shinku-sen. She can actually just kind of delay her jump in against Darcin's anti-air tools, because she's got a variety of them, you know? So Yoga Mountain in particular, we're not seeing that from Garnet yet.
Pedata in faccia mentre carica il fuagine. Giusto. Burnout? Quasi. Burnout. Buonissima Garnet, bella. Adesso chiudiamo la pratica, dai. Chiudiamo la pratica round. Punisci, bravissimo.
There we go.
To wait, yeah, just willing to wait any kind of a jump in there to keep that favorable distance. Great work.
Absolutely, and looking completely comfortable there. Love that. But we've still got one more round to get our very first game on board.
Troppo in anticipo.
Zera gets that entry. What he's looking for, that shimmy is I see that all the time from Zera. He always gets away with it. Honestly, it's beautiful.
Bravo, un po' fortunosa ma va bene. Giusta la punish counter. È importante, già sto primo match sarà importantissimo.
Yeah, it is the key here, I think, but also Zera has been very enthusiastic about.
Oddio, che cazzo gli ha fatto? Questa gli ha fatto la nephew. Gli ha fatto la nephew. Ci ha perso da nephew al Red Bull Comité da sta roba. Devi stare attento con gli arti contro Jury.
From such a distance, the driver instantly to get his confirm into that level 3. First game to Zera in this losers final. First to 3 all the way, guys. Oh wow!
Oh, what a wake up though with the jumping medium punch. Like sometimes that's just a really good thing to go for, because that is kind of an instant overhead situation for a lot of characters. It's very similar to something like a wake up Blanca ball, for example, in my opinion, or the wake up air ball for Blanca.
Yeah. Nice.
Your opponent off guard.
Nice stuff here, looking to get an entry, both level 1 on deck, 2 stops the Fuijin as well.
Nice here. The stocks, but Garnet really good control here.
È dura, è dura. È dura. Bravo Garnet, questo era difficile.
Back teleport though, so we are back to mid screen here. Garnet is gonna have all that space to work with, so obviously looking very, very good here.
Looking for an opportunity, and like that, I was about to mention the timer, but Zera found his chance to get in. I love that patience. You know, don't worry about just leaving the timer a little bit. You know, patience is really key, because if you die before that timer, it doesn't matter then, does it? His patience again, finding approach, perfect parry.
Perfect parry on the minus situation. That is something that you have to be looking forward to when your opponent does a.
No, mi sa che non gli ha preso il teleport, gli ha perso l'input. Voleva uscire dall'angolo. Questo è pesante.
Indeed, and look at this, locked in the corner, but parries that approach. Oh my goodness! And
finita 2-0.
It's been abused by Zera so much, been so effective at it. And that should be level 3 Kai-Sign, Dan Kairaku.
No, ma si può fare Jury con Dalsim. Sulla carta si può fare. È il giocatore che è troppo forte.
Feel more liberal about the risks that you're taking in the upcoming matches, because then you're not as inclined to play more risk-free in that situation. So obviously, very, very good situation for Zerna to be in.
Yeah, indeed. And he's in a comfortable situation now. He's in a comfortable position against Dalsim. And I know that he's not really a big fan of Dalsim.
Yeah.
He finds it a bit tricky because, like I was saying before, it's an obscure matchup. You don't run into Dalsim every day. Okay, you could be sitting in ranked and you might find one Dalsim out of 200 people that you fought. So that also plays into the fact of unfamiliarity.
Time out.
And that can be really difficult for some people if they're not ready for certain situations, because there's particular punishes, right, for certain moves.
So obviously, yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Hellrider for making another direct contribution and securing that we got to the top 2
Hellrider
payout.
pretty much saving EU West.
Hellrider.
Shout outs to Hellrider for the consistent support on the Salt Mine tournaments here. Fantastic work. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hellrider. You are literally, I think he's the guy that sowed Vitus and his yuck. That's what I think. Oh my, alright, and here we go. Zerna looking to make it a 3-0 right now. Immediately, we're in the corner. Yeah, Ovaha.
Yes, indeed. Making the corner his new home.
Indeed. Set up camp. Here we go, baby. Oh, I like that. Looking for Banana. Not going to quite get it, but he might make the drive rush approach. This is what he's going to do. Yes, just like as I said. Looking for, this is tight. He could have made that a stalemate situation.
Bravo, è uscito veramente da signore da questa situazione. No, Garnet, devi aspettare un po' prima di farlo, non lo devi fare a priori.
Second to last round here. I mean, Zerna looking super strong and solid here. Obviously looks super familiar, comfortable with the matchup here. Not too pressed about anything that Dalsim is doing right now, so looking damn strong.
Oh, indeed. Nice stuff here from Zerna. And like you said, Garnet is now looking for an opportunity, right? He's struggling just because of the approach, the way that Jury can navigate around the fire in particular, and especially Dalsim and TS. You know, it's a bit tricky.
It is definitely tricky, and it's a tough time to make that kind of a steep hill comeback against a character like Jury with Dalsim, because obviously it means that you probably have to take more risks. But Zerna is looking to finish it off here, managing to squeeze in that Feng Shui combo once again, and just looking so unstoppable right now.
And
I'm not sure.
The last Italian player from the tournament today.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but it's gonna be a tough time.
I think you got missing Ovaha. I can see you there, but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't see you.
I got scared.
Vabbè, comunque, ripeto, è una battaglia, non è la guerra. I punti li abbiamo fatti.
I'm scared of the Feng Shui engine. So.
Va bene così. I punti li abbiamo fatti.
I have to say, you know, Zerna played exponentially there. Well, what
Max Erna già dalla season 1 era il grande nemico dell'Italia. Ma va bene, raga, non è successo niente. Cioè terzo posto, terzo e quarto posto va bene per i punti. Tanto si va a punti. Alla fine si qualificano in 2. Quindi è ancora il primo torneo della stagione, va bene. Poteva andare molto peggio.
It's going to be Jury versus Ken once again, and we did see that matchup previously was a very high octane match. I think that was
è una maratona, non è uno sprint, ragazzi.
So far during the winners finals, so I'm interested in seeing the run back.
Adesso Garnet si deve studiare bene Jury.
Yeah, indeed, and of course we saw the match winner there. Thank you so much, Hellrider.
Tanto, parliamoci chiaro, le minacce di questo gruppo di nazioni sono Xerna e Takamura. Gli altri si fanno tutti. No, sta uscendo adesso perché è un ragazzino. Ha vinto $48.
There's a bit to climb there, but it's definitely possible, and you can definitely make those contributions if you feel in general.
Ah, forse ha donato, non ha vinto. Niente, Askin, in base a come ti piazzi nei vari tornei ce ne sono tanti, ce ne sono tipo 8 o più addirittura. Ogni torneo ti dà dei punti in base a come ti piazzi. Alla fine ci sarà una classifica dei primi 8 per punti. Faranno la top 8 finale tra questi primi 8 di queste nazioni. I primi 2 volano per la Capcom Cup finale contro i qualificati di tutte le altre nazioni, contro i qualificati americani, giapponesi, scandinavi, francesi, Inghilterra, Irlanda, eccetera eccetera. Così funziona. Hanno raggruppato i vari continenti in gruppi di nazioni fondamentalmente, tranne la Germania e la Francia che hanno... No, mi sa che solo la Germania c'è il suo.
Takamura versus Zera.
Let's go, I'm ready for this one.
Absolutely.
Jury versus Ken, blonde on blonde action.
Vabbè, godiamoci sto FT3 o FT6. Uno dei due.
Very criminal, I think, but here we go.
Yeah, he did say that he
L'Italia sta con l'Olanda, il Belgio, l'Austria e la Svizzera.
Yeah, probably himself.
Mind games, baby. That's what fighting games are. Come on. Let's go. All right, nice. Dragon Lash there gets the back throw. Love that from Takamura. Instantly setting the pressure. Again, throwing out the heavy punch. We saw that great use.
Senti, secondo me vince Takamura. Però potrebbe resettare Xerna. È una minaccia Xerna.
Anything extra. He's moving as much as is needed. Like he's not doing that back and forward kind of waddling that a lot of players do. He's moving exactly the amount he thinks he needs to do because he's not wasting
Bella.
Absolutely, and right now, like you said, he's feeling the momentum. Psycho Tourism gets that level 1.
And that is one of those buffs that Jury did receive, that target combo became very much more usable from the previous patch, obviously. Now you see that consistently, those Jury players are putting it to good use here.
Absolutely, nice stuff there, and here we go. Zera, 10 centimeters, pushing into the corner.
Again, a pretty wild reversal from Takamura, and that is going to be punished by Zera pretty heavily here. Maybe gonna go for a drive impact. There you go, depleting the meter, the EX projectile to take the last bit away, and now...
LOL! Madonna, Takamura come si scimmia qui. Come si scimmia.
Level 1, which is obviously one of those strong points about Ken's level 1. Fully strike invulnerable, but also switching sides from the corner, so sometimes it works better than an EXDP, for example.
Exactly. Oh, he's throwing out buttons here. I like that. Doesn't convert into anything though.
Zera non gliene frega un cazzo, cioè anche quando sta in burnout lui attacca. Però ci
Oh
muore.
my god!
Arriva Shippo con l'IVA? No, mi sa che basta la livello 1.
But you noticed that Zera was in burnout, but he was still pressing Takamura. Like Takamura was jumping back, trying to reset the distance. Just goes to show the power of character like Jury, still in burnout, but still able to put out tremendous amount of pressure, even when in burnout.
But the thing is, you're rewarded for that, and
exactly.
Jury and Zera is obviously aware of that, right? Being in burnout, being aggressive, you're rewarded.
Madonna, Takamura.
Also a very fortunate jump away from the corner, but Takamura
sta bufferando. Sta aspettando il drive rush. No!
Obviously, Takamura only needs 3 games to win, while Zera needs to make that
un altro burnout.
6-game win here.
Right,
Goes for another jumping. That was the dirtiest cross-up I've seen all evening.
That was very cheeky.
I did not see that. And the fuzzy, once again, the Feng Shui engine completely activating. This character does not possess...
Oddio!
Oh!
LOL, non li ha fatto antier, che culo! Che culo Takamura! Vabbè, ha gli dei che gli sorridono sto ragazzo.
Takamura seems to just have that aura about him, you know? Where he just manages to kind of conjure the last
gli dei del picchiaduro stanno sorridendo a Takamura.
Control there, I feel. Like he was doing really well. The Feng Shui engine was doing its magic. The magic guy was working, but Takamura just had that aura. Took the last hit and took that game.
Sta forte che
right now, Takamura feeling himself. He is absolutely feeling that momentum of that last round in particular. Zera looking to make something happen.
Finisce che nelle private stanze con l'IVA ha detto che Takamura è la piscia.
I noticed that Takamura is throwing these out right now. He wants to keep Zera on his toes in these defensive situations, in those wake-up Oki situations. He wants Zera to doubt their own offense.
Absolutely, and that's how you get your opponent to crack. You really do. And right now, Sasha pressure like this.
Nice.
The
Pim pam.
Parries on the projectiles as well.
Pim pam.
Takamura, but that is gonna be around for Zerna this time. Gets a small break here during the madness.
Vedo più a ferro Takamura.
Indeed, and Zerna is coming in from that loser side.
Cioè, pensare che questo è il ragazzo che ha distrutto Garnet, che ha distrutto chiunque all'Holly the Best, e Takamura è più forte. Per farvi capire la gerarchia qual è. E c'è qualcuno che è molto più forte di Takamura. È folle la catena alimentare di sto gioco. No, no.
And that is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful bait. I noticed that. That was beautiful bait. He was feeling no pressure.
No, l'ha detto di Catsman.
Like they're just working like magic right now, the baits.
Indeed, they are. Level 3 on deck. Again, look, I like that light Tatsu again over the Saha shows.
Yeah.
Understanding of the matchup. And these little interactions, they do matter.
They do. They build the bigger picture.
Proprio solido Takamura. Cioè, rispetto a certi giocatori di oggi, gioca molto vecchia scuola e molto bene. È tutto reazione sto ragazzo.
Very much capable of taking this game, but doesn't have the meter as Takamura has a full level 3 here. Obviously can make a lot of damage happen in a short amount of time. He is gonna incline to go for that.
Bella! Oddio!
Delay managed to not
Successo un
get that
macello.
shimmy, but still has heavy offensive momentum right now in the corner.
It really does, yeah.
And the poke, the counter poke fireball there, fantastic spacing from Takamura. Gonna go for the double hit, canceled into the level 2, gonna drain out the meter from Takamura, but Takamura has that reversal level 3 activate whenever he needs to. Ready to churn
He's
that
waiting
out.
to turn it.
Yeah,
We saw it earlier, right?
He's looking for any kind of...
Bravo
here,
Takamura,
gets
mamma
the
mia
back
che cazzo
throw,
gli ha
actually.
fatto.
Oh my goodness.
Looking for an opportunity now. He is putting the pressure
No,
on Zerna.
è finita.
A great overhead.
No, non è finita, non è finita.
Kill from his
È
interaction
finita.
here. There we go.
Guarda, con l'ultimo calcio.
That was down to the wire there for a moment. Oh my god.
Great
Con
stuff
l'ultimo
from
calcio
Zerna.
l'ha preso.
Get a game on the
Minchia.
board. He's still got a mountain to climb, but he's in it to win it. He does not want to let it leave his grasp. And Takamura not...
No, voleva fare la combo figa.
No!
When you have
È
such
andato a
a mountain
farfalle
to
invece.
climb, you need to first make it to the base camp.
Tu,
Yeah, absolutely.
Sbaglia di nuovo.
Thing is, Takamura
Due errori di
actually
fila.
he actually intended to do that drive rush. It's a very particular
Giusto.
cross-up kind of punish. But unfortunately, it didn't
Okay,
work
the
out.
double
Giusto.
dash throw here, nice cross cut from Takamura, pushing Zerna once again into the corner, keeping them a
Bravissimo.
jump in a way, keeping that favorable positioning right now. Takamura needs one
Madonna.
more trade.
Le muzzeur!
One more
Direbbero i
throw,
francesi.
doesn't
No, non
matter.
direbbero realmente così.
And he managed to get that round there. Obviously, every round
È uscita un sacco di gente dallo stream, stavano tutti tifando Italia. Quando sono usciti gli italiani, ho detto vabbè andiamo a mangiare.
Absolutely, and right now we've got Punctuate Engine on deck. If he gets suspended, that is, snap kick into that corner. The run stop
Senza
is working
rispetto,
wonders
proprio, almeno
for
guardate la
Takamura.
finale.
Using it very
triple life
effectively.
confirmed as well.
Yes, exactly. And now we're gonna get some good pressure.
Xerna e
from
Takamura
Zerna,
pisciati
looking
dagli
like he was
italiani.
high, but we
proprio.
saw Takamura respond with
Counter poke with the
beautiful
fireball.
answers at the right time. But we're actually level
Esatto,
2 defensively.
esatto, è successo esattamente quello, tipo il secondo gol della
I
Svizzera.
respect that for Zerna, definitely making that
Che sono usciti
decision
tutti, hanno
that
spento
they
tutti la
want to
TV.
keep this round, they want to keep playing this current match. It's that level 3.
Indeed, and there we go, a round apiece, and you know it looks like it's all tied up in the sense that these guys are looking to get to that free
Che cazzo
game.
fa?
Oh, he was looking
Che
for
cazzo
that
fanno?
anti-projectile Tatsu that he previously displayed on the last set they played on the winners finals. But that was a nice bait from Zerna.
Yeah, and the thing is, actually, he's got to look to bait that kind of interaction. But we've seen
Yeah,
Takamura.
exactly.
No, questo non c'è l'Inghilterra nel
Now you got
torneo.
to start making him bite at the wrong time. Beautiful
Nice
ODDP.
reversal here, yeah, every
Mamma
big
mia,
count, and
bravissimo.
he's gonna go for
Oh.
the level 3. This
Lo
might
ammazza?
just not kill, but it's gonna leave Zerna at a...
Shinryu Collina!
Oh, it's dead.
Oh my goodness, never
It's
mind,
dead.
that actually killed.
You're dead, baby. Right. Takamura is one game away from asserting himself as a champion today. And to get in that first place, that ever so vital first place for that Capcom chance, that Capcom Pro Tour, you know, to get into that tournament.
Yes, indeed.
It's,
Okay,
oh
they're gonna
man.
take that crucial break here. Obviously, Zerna
Il
needs to
break
kind of
cruciale,
think about what they can
attenzione.
do in this situation. They need that bracket reset, but Takamura has made some great adaptation during the set, plays a little bit more assertive, doesn't allow himself to be pushed into the corner as frequently as they did in the winners final set, in my opinion. That's what I've noticed anyway.
Yeah.
Like they want to keep that favorable distance. They're willing to go for the back jump and kind of get the distance away from Zerna, and yeah, Zerna has been biting the dust at least during this set here, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they can make those last-minute adjustments before Takamura gets that one more win to get that great head start during this competitive season for the EU West region.
Yeah, EU West region looking like the turn up today. Some really strong players. We saw the likes of Hansar, you know, do really well today, so congratulations to them for making that far. But, you know, it's really key to putting in that hard work. We can see that from both of these players here. That, like we said, you know, we saw Takamura said he wants to lead towards Akuma, but like you said earlier, right, you can't condense 1 year's worth of hard work in one character into a character in 2 months.
Exactly.
So here he's comfortable and he's making it work and he's making it happen against the likes of Zerna.
And Kenny's an amazing tournament pick, very stable character, has like, I think the fact that like Kenny's such a strong character, like people can talk about Ryu buffs all day, but the way Ryu plays is very different. For example, he does not have the corner carry that Ken possesses and the ability to switch sides whenever he wants. And I feel like if Ken has those abilities and he receives minor nerfs, for example, he is still going to be a very competitive character because those aspects are everything in this game.
And saying that, I like that use of that Shinkansen to kind of navigate around the parries because he was afraid of the anti-air, but fortunately he had to pay the price when he drive rushed at him.
Yeah.
Si gioca tutto sui CMK. Ecco, tutto lì, tutto in quella zona dello schermo lì. Si combatte per quella zolla di terra tra i due CMK. Bravi! Mamma mia, che cazzo gli ha fatto.
That was gorgeous. That perfect parry buffer was divine, and this is what we're seeing now in this higher level of gameplay where people are parrying buttons behind, or even specials or supers behind the perfect parry. We saw lots of random do it yesterday, for example.
We've seen these same kinds of situations in Topanga League just recently
as
well. Like people project perfect parrying to projectiles. I feel like this is the kind of final form of competitive Street Fighter 6 in these matchups. Like those perfect parries into those projectiles, they are a huge part. You can get so much damage and favorable screen positioning from a simple perfect parry.
Questa penso sia Xer.
Where your opponent did not.
Troppa life lead in first.
That's right, and like that, Takamura is on set. Tournament point rather.
Sì, è sempre stato importante, ma più col drive rush ne ha sicuramente di più.
And he does not want to let this run away from him.
Open over.
Prende
spazio con
proiettile X.
Bravo.
Instantly, so he opts to leave some distance for those
non ha punito
reactions that he makes. Very, very nice awareness from Takamura.
Yeah, great stuff from Takamura there, and looking for that action.
Madonna, raga, come cazzo stanno giocando sti due?
Level 3 on deck. We want to see some spending soon. Function engine is a key factor for Zerna to really put in place.
Di nuovo!
Again!
Usala a livello 3 per il burnout.
He's gonna go for it anyway because he's gonna burn the meter out from Zerna, and he's gonna take the meter burn instead of the damage at this point, and he's looking to take it right now.
È morto. Mi sa che è finito. No, non è finito. Non è finito.
No, it's not.
È finito.
One more chance.
Vabbè.
Neutral jump shimmy seals the deal.
Bene.
Takamura use it throughout the set.
Takamura, Xerna, Garnet e Hansar, la top 4 di questo torneo. Direi che l'Italia è andata abbastanza bene. Questa volta c'erano due mostri nei primi due posti, quindi niente da dire, è andata come doveva andare. Non ci sono stati furti, non c'è stato niente. Bene, signori, complimenti agli italiani, è stata una serata divertente, un pomeriggio e una serata divertente. Va bene così, va bene così. Si sono fatti valere i ragazzi. Dai, un bacione, spero vi siate divertiti insieme a me questo pomeriggio, abbiate passato una bella domenica e ci vediamo domani.